of tachyon interference, 100,000 kilometers to port.
I don't know why.
Four subs! Here we go. Love you, VA.
So glad the podcast is live. Warp speed ahead.
Wow. Thank you, VA, and thank you, Simon Says. Welcome to STFC Briefings. I know in Discord you're hearing an echo.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Sorry, people. We just had a massive crash.
Don't worry about it. Sorry, people.
I'm back. I am back. I do apologize for that one. Sorry, people. We had an issue. We're good. We just had a minor crash. So rather than throw a nervous breakdown, I just decided to reset everything. Okay, welcome to STFC Briefings. Really sorry. Is there an echo? No problem. Let me sort that out.
From Discord.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Yeah, and the echo is gone. It should have been gone. Let me check the OBS mix. Everything should be good now. Great. Kudos for letting us know they're changing the re-roll system for the next Alliance. It's a huge shame. They forgot to mention they were nerfing the store currency awarded for 10k task for this tournament. Did they do that curly bracket? Something I didn't know about. Discord people, are you comfortable with how it's sounding? I hear echo and echo. Okay. Let me try.
You sound great to me now.
Yeah. Good on Discord, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Sounds good now. Thank you very much. And are we good on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen? No echo at all. Fantastic news. Okay, we move on because the subjects are going to be quite important. There was 97 hotfixes, believe it or not. Quasel, that was a lot. That was a lot. I mean, I don't know, dude, honestly. Like, Jesus Christ, man. How's it been feeling for you in the past 24 hours, buddy?
I mean, I was away yesterday for most of the day, so I didn't see all of it. But people found workarounds. Some stuff worked in the favor of people. I heard some Orions were very easy to kill today, so some
Yes.
people were happy for a bit. Um, I'm kind of on the one time surprised how on earth could that happen? I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beyond explaining to me, oh, we did tests, but one
Yes.
thing slipped through. That's kind of the whole combat system messed up. But then it's been fixed extremely fast. I mean,
Yes.
it should have been broken in the beginning. So maybe being happy about a quick fix is me being too
Well,
positive.
let me explain why the fix is good. Okay, Joe Berg and Snack Attack and a few people, we'll discuss the Alliance tournaments because I didn't know about that one. So, Quasel, I might need your help in checking whether the 10K
Yeah.
tasks have been dropped. 3 is enough, right? Yes, Ultra Vedica's with us, ladies and gentlemen. You should be following him, and he should be with loads of views as well. Love Ultra Vedica. He's a great guy. It was fake news, Nigel. What, on the Alliance tournament?
I don't see changes there.
Okay, cool.
Unless
Great.
I'm
Okay, that's
blind.
something to not worry about because I was about to send a really harsh message, but I think it's good. 10K Cast is still there, and they still do the same points as before. Fantastic news.
Yep,
That's
It's
important.
the same.
Yeah, great. Superb. So the thing about the buff update, the reason they can now do hotfixes live is that's the reason they did the Redis upgrade. Everything sort of moved up so that they can now be mechanically be able to do some things, a lot of things on the fly, which they couldn't do before without doing major maintenance shutdowns. And the problem, though, is when they do hotfixes and they don't tell you they're doing hotfixes, you get major lag, like to a stupid level, and people are not sure what to kind of do about it, and then they don't announce it. The one thing I'm finding weird, Quasel, is when's the last announcement we've ever had on Official is what? That we have an animated series, okay? Whatever. It's just like the... Okay, hey, guys, did you know they have an animated series? Thanks for the hype train, people. I'm sure it's about to end soon anyway. We're not far away. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. That's really kind of you to do that. I'm not focused on that because I want to, tell your friends right now, they have to be in the stream to start earning towards getting a free My Cherry Tree gaming PC. We're very lucky to partner up with them, free. They are also going to be donating money towards a few $100 packs for everyone. So my dream is to give you guys more and more and more and more. I will show you the PCs in a bit because that's not the important part. The important part is getting through the information. Panda Pirate says, I think this is a great sign that HQ is actually working on fixing the game. Players can complain it's not happening fast enough or will never be enough, but there is definitely things happening behind the scenes. Yes, so Panda Pirate, when you have lag now, it's mainly because they're putting a hot fix down. So they're probably trying something. The reason I can't tell you the full story. The reason they don't want to tell you they're doing a hot fix is because they want genuine reports back. So when you say, hey, everybody, the Dauntless been fixed, please go and do surges, some people can actually fail on the surges due to internet issues, due to other things, not part of the whole update, which is why they'd rather they do it like that first, then tell you afterwards, okay, we fixed something, or they forget to do that, which is absolutely amazing.
They forget to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Or they forget to get. But also, when you've started this new revolution of updates, right, Quasel, you kind of want to go, hey, guys, by the way, we've now done this new thing. We get to do hotfixes on the fly. So you're about to experience lag for a few hours. When you experience lag now in the game, it's more than likely we're trying to do a hotfix. And then you just need to say it once, right?
Yeah.
Which would be
I mean,
amazing.
but they have always been bad at taking the win. Remember mining XP?
Oh, yeah.
Which is superb because it's no longer annoying to upgrade miners. There was never an announcement about it.
No.
And bug fix that they fixed something with it. And I was like, okay.
But also,
Or,
transporter patterns have been fixed. Like, a lot of people don't know this.
Yeah.
You know, transporter patterns have been fixed today. So you can
or
pull
I don't
them.
know. Bringing back Vengeance is Mine.
Yeah, Vengeance is mine.
On
Well, Well, obviously, a lot of people in VIP obviously told people, "Oh my God, this happened," because they're allowed to, and then loads of people heard about it. They're like, "But there's no announcement in official," and also no patch notes. Why no patch notes? Why, Quasel?
I don't get it. It's like sometimes I have the feeling they kind of don't want to take wins. It's like it's
Yeah.
like maybe they're a little bit of masochists. I don't know. I can't tell you. It's
Yeah.
just
There's things like green tea. He says it was broken. Like but green tea, you don't know. Like sometimes you think 7 years ago there's been loads of things that needed fixing, and then we've just adapted it into our gameplay. Now all these things can slowly, not fixed is a term, but be changed to what they're supposed to do, and which then gives you an interesting gameplay, which is slightly, different. Like, the important thing is to sort of figure out how you play around with these new things, which is genuinely how the game should have started, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever. But for example, just so everyone is aware, the hotfix that was released was put in the IGN, in the in-game news. This says officer ship repair speed buffs were not increasing the repair speed. That's been fixed. Some faction favor buffs were not updating when the favor level increased. So that was fixed. Some buffs tied to specific officers that were not activating correctly due to an issue in the buff system, which may have impacted certain gameplay effects, such as hostile difficulty. Now that's been fixed, which means in the morning you may have been able to defeat loads of very random hostiles. In the afternoon, you just went, what the hell just happened? I didn't change anything. The active ability buffs expiring when a ship is deployed. So when you buff a ship and then the buff ends, it debuffs you to 0, including research, and then you just die, like basically die. And you can't rebuff it until you dock it, which is silly. But that's been fixed, potentially leading to unexpected combat outcomes. Very nicely written by ChatGPT then, including player losses. Also, we've rolled out general improvements to reduce the occurrence of outpost battle interruptions in some cases. These fixes were applied automatically, no downtime or client update required. It's great they can do this on the fly. I think that's a superb thing. And I love it, Quasel.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you agree,
I mean,
Beachwell, yeah?
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go.
I did an outpost tonight.
Oh, great. And?
All 72 hostile. Elite 72 flawless. I took more damage than usual. That might be related to the combat issues. But else, it worked.
Yes. It worked. It worked beautifully. Also, what happened to the
And that should be the default.
Orion V'ger hostiles? Now, the beauty of the way they've done this server is they can make changes on the fly. So the Orion V'gers can be changed on the fly, or whatever can be changed on the fly, and so on and so forth. Don't worry, Ascendancy. I know what that is. There are some sort of officers that work in our favor. So, we'll kind of leave those to one side at the moment, because I think it's more important to focus on the things that are actually not working or not in our favor and try and see whether we can get sort of fixing them. Curly Bracket was saying, let me see if I can get back to him, because he was the one. He said acquire 100k depot tokens and acquire 17k multiphasic. Literally all the 10k tasks on my list are now only showing 3080 credits as a reward. So have you dropped in League,
Yeah.
Is that a League thing, Quasel? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a league thing. If you drop the league down, then you get less credits.
Yeah, exactly. So people are saying 4,400. So Curly Bracket, just double check that. If that is a genuine issue, DM me instantly and I will go and attack that for you as early as possible. Quasel has put a sheet into Twitch. And what's that sheet for?
That's the Alliance tournament sheet where I put the graphics part of it into the Discord,
yeah.
where you can see Master is 4.4K, and
Yes.
Expert is 3K80. So that sounds
so
like
you
exactly
dropped.
that drop.
Yeah, exactly. You drop. So basically, you dropped a league level down, Curly Bracket. If you're not supposed to, if didn't know lower league levels less reward credits. Oh, sorry, you didn't know that. Okay, no problem, buddy. If it's a genuine issue, I'm happy to chase it for you, because with Alliance tournaments we have to chase it early, so it doesn't become that E11E said she loves spreadsheets and she loves Quasel, which is very nice. So that's the important thing to figure out. So with this buff update, I've tested it a few times. I can seem like my cargo increase when I did a cargo increase one. I don't know if people noticed that. The thing that I haven't tested is when it ends. So I pressed the button, it's 3 hours. So in 3 hours' time, I want to know if it ends, what happens to your cargo, or do you hold it till you dock? That is the one thing that I'm not sure about. If anyone's got an answer on that, it'd be great to tell everybody. Loker's ability is still broken, by the way, Ascendancy. Okay, that's interesting to know. So his ability doesn't proc properly. Are you saying, Ascendancy? Because I tried him. Don't click links in Twitch. Okay, cool. If you did, if I did try him and I didn't fail, so I don't know whether I was just too strong or I did a 72. It's worth a test, Quasel, isn't it? We can see. Nigel in the past, if you move off of node, the EXO will expire. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the behavior we saw in the past, like with mining and stuff, that the speed is set when you dock on the node and not if it
Okay.
expires in between. But yeah.
Oh, okay, amazing. Ascendancy
Needs
said that
testing.
he said we did try for 72 open armadas. Well, maybe they were just too strong. Also, you're doing open armadas? I'm not going to say why, because I'm sure there's a very valid reason, but son of a, like, what's Beachwell, are you doing open armadas, buddy? Is there something I'm missing here?
I am actually sitting in an open armada right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting.
I'm about to say, Beach, is it the time for me to speak up?
Yeah, of course. Please do.
Yep, go ahead, Josh.
So, hey, guys. So Beached and Sniper and a couple of us have been, finding some interesting issues with open armadas, which I know I've brought a couple of them to you, Nigel, and but before we jump into that, when you're talking about buffs,
Yes.
are you talking about the buffs, just the exo comps, or like the buffs when it comes to like using your Cerritos and your Defiant and stuff like that?
Yeah, great question. Anything that applies an ability on anything. Anything that applies something on anything. So any ship, any exo comp, any research, any active ability that an FC does, that is everything that sort of does that, including an officer applying an ability as well.
Yep.
So are you saying that if we buff ourselves, say with any one of the Cerritos, Defiant, whatever the case may be, once that runs out, whether our ship is damaged or not, we have to send it back to our dock?
No, you
send it back out before we rebuff it again?
No, 5 hours ago you used to have to do that. The fixed that issue.
Okay, and that's what I was just trying to confirm, because part of the issue that we have seen is basically, like where we were easily beating, say a 73 rare.
Yes.
Because basically between, like I said, Sniper and Beastwell and myself and the other guys, we're all using, G7 uncommon ships.
Okay.
We were easily beating them. And then all of a sudden we had a situation last week where I had to restart it 4 times just for us to defeat it. And so that's when the question come up of, okay, well, something's wrong here. Because, I mean, things happen, we missed it. We go back and we restart it. But having to do 4 restarts for just 1 rare that we were easily doing within 1 or 2, maybe 1 restart, obviously has raised the issue.
Yeah.
So
I do know.
I mean, this is something that
I do know they've made them harder, according to a certain CM that told me this. Ferry says the new Armada crew is pretty awesome for open armadas. The rewards still suck, but they're easier to kill now. Lum has called, hey, hola el nerdos, which is kind of an insult, but that's okay because it's Lum. But Josh,
well, I mean, we're using this new Armada crew currently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because that's what we were trying to figure out, because we are seeing a lot more damage, basically, when it comes to using this new crew. And, of course, the rares, obviously, is where we're seeing the problem. So we're kind of guessing that it's a combination of that made them harder, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But, it's just trying to figure it out, because we've seen a bunch of difficulty. And, I mean, I've gotten to the point to where I just today ended up having to have my account reset because of over the last 2 weeks, I have gone through 6 rares and only completed 2.
Oh, interesting.
6 rare direct. So when I went back and I said, I'm not one of those people, that constantly ask for stuff back if it's an issue that we had in the game. But after 6 starts and 2, only 2 wins, can I get some of these back? Well, Hearts is working on trying to get me some of these directives back, but they're not showing up in my account currently. She just reset my account and they're still not showing up. So
Interesting.
obviously there's, so I'm starting to wonder, obviously there are any more underlying issues, which it is Scopely, so of course there are. We just haven't figured them out yet.
Yeah, but this is where we come in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically what it is because the only time I've really spoken about it than one other time, and it was just Beach basically just said, look, it's time since I've been seeing a lot more of it directed.
Yes.
And having a lot more of the reporting that I've done and stuff like that. That's why Beach was like, hey, just reached out and said, hey, why don't you jump on stage and let's talk about some of this? Because again,
100%.
I'll be curious to see if the buffs really change it, but I'm also not going to lie. After losing so many rare starts, you start to get a little bit gun shy on which ones to start and which ones you don't, even if we have the power for it.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And I think so two things I need to come back with. Have they increased in difficulty for real? That's something that I need to figure out, because someone told me that the CM told them, and then when I asked the CM, they were like, "Oh, they think it did increase in difficulty," and I'm like, "Well, that should clearly be an announcement if it's true, which it sounds like it is." And also, Quasel, they can't just change difficulty, can they? That's not really no.
I mean, I don't have an issue if they figure out, okay, stuff is too easy, we need to adapt it and communicate it. I mean, we can discuss it all day, but there should be a balance. If stuff is too easy, we pay on a different end for it, because they need to balance their economy. But normally I wouldn't change difficulty of stuff to make it harder unless there is a clear communication about it. Like, we planned it to be X, Y, Z, and we had an issue, whatever, code was wrong. And we are giving everybody, I don't know, 6 starts for that stuff to compensate you for testing the new stuff. And then I think I'd be fine with it. I know a lot of people wouldn't be, but that's just my point of view.
Yeah. And
talk about it and compensate for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or give a transition period. Hey, by the way, guys, for this last week where you can do this, and then after that, you need to be aware that the levels, or, I mean, trying to put a PR spin on it. Hey, we're doing a dynamic world where things can change at any time, where you don't know whether you can defeat it one day or the other. This is your chance to adapt in this world. Maybe, I don't know. I just, anything that can do that. Not that I'm trying to give them ideas on how to, not trick us, but tell us how to do these things. But it sounds absolutely insane that they don't just go, okay, cool. Well, that's what needs to sort of happen to make that work, which is kind of cool. But I do believe they're going to do it. If they make it harder, increase the rewards, exactly, or make open armadas worthwhile. Like Ferry said, yes, the new officers are amazing, but the rewards are still not worth it, and that's the problem. I think they need to start matching the rewards to what people expect and what people sort of need. And that's really important that they should do that. Wish there was a tool to analyze battle logs. Yeah, well, there is. STFC.cc or STFC.phd. They've got an amazing sort of a battle log tool, which they could do that. Lum says that they wish they could reset his account so that he would be able to play forever because he just wants to continue. George says in Discord, they made Outpost level 70 hostile harder than... No, so George, 5 hours ago, it was hard. Now it's back to normal because the buff didn't apply the buff at the right buff thing. So now is the time to do it. 5 hours ago wasn't that. I'd put a ticket in if I were you, or I'd contact the CM regarding that and just say, since the hotfix, I didn't realize the hotfix affected Outposts. This is what happened to me. could I have some directors back, please? And I want to redo that. Quasel can put the link to stfc.phd as well so if you need a good battle log tool or if you guys not sure about it. SNDC asks Ferry if you are about, buddy. He's asking specifically what are you using because he's got FCM Cochrane, FCM Data, and Tolra, but doesn't know what else that he would do that. I've just realized that this thing didn't load. Then they analyze the official battle log well, but let's not. Exactly, STFC isn't a ticket master. I absolutely see SNDC. You're quite pushing me quite hard, which is quite fun. The last few streams I've been deal with, which I can handle, but I would have thought it'd be in sort of a nicer way behind the scenes first. The entire economy has sucked since they brought on the new economy manager. Nothing has felt worthwhile and fun since they're killing the game. I don't think they're killing the game. Ferry says Data, Cochrane, Dallin. So it sounds like he's using the FCM3. Which is the setup that he has at the moment, and that'll be important for you guys to sort of figure out and see. 200% extra shots makes a huge difference. Ferry, what tier are they, out of interest? Floyd said, who is this Nigel Rovers and why do we care? Floyd, is because I care about you, buddy. I think you're one of the funniest people I've ever met. You're genuinely a good person in this community to have around and have a laugh with. Honestly, thank you so much. Because if we can joke around a little bit, it gets us through this headache that we're going through. But the buff update, so tier 2, and tier 1 makes no odds. It's Data's captain ability, he says. Amiga J for the 25 cheers. Thank you very much. And we go ole, 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 ole. And one more Quasel. Ole. There we go. Done. Who's Floyd? He's a great guy. Floyd Davino is awesome. We all love you, buddy. Yeah, we all love Floyd Davino. Amiga Ole. One more with that one. Thank you, Amiga J, with that one bit. It's really tiny, though. Tiny bits. You trying to compensate for the size, but that's okay. The main thing about the buff update is now the Redis is updated. You'll see more hotfixes, less maintenance going down. Territory. I'm just going to say it. Has anyone looked at the update inside the game? What's the date that's on it? On the Territory Battle Pass starting. Has anyone seen it in game today? It tells you the date. Quasel, can you see it?
I have just a spinner running,
Oh, yeah.
the game is running so
it's
good
okay. You just need to get
that
better
I
internet.
can
That's all it
easily-
is. Just better internet. It's fine. Akarim Jennis says the 21st. Exactly. So Territory Reset is on the 21st. As per the in-game news. You found it, not me. I didn't tell you anything. There you go. Yeah, they updated the old message. You had to know to look at it. Exactly. So you need to update the old schedule. Territory Research 21st. Is there going to be updates? I don't know. I have asked the question. And they did ask us, what's it called, six weeks ago when we did the Territory stream, where they asked us questions about what we'd like to see. Let's see if they add anything that was going to be interesting. Makatako asks, are we going to get our Titan ship back soon? I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, go on, Taco.
The support ship, the USS Titan, is still missing from our inventory.
What?
Or ship hangar. Well, I mean, I have mine still missing.
What?
Mine's not missing.
Yeah, mine's not missing.
Interesting.
Mine's not missing either. I use it every day.
It just has the wrong skin.
See,
Oh, it looks like the Voyager. Oh, thank God. I was like, why would you do... My heart! Check your second
My
Voyager.
skin's correct.
Oh. I thought the hotfix updated things.
It doesn't show up.
We had a guy, his Titan thought it was a Voyager. Okay, great. Nigel, I bought this...
Quick question.
Yeah.
Are you on a foldable mobile device by chance, Taco?
Yeah.
Because if I'm on my fold, I'll have officers and ships disappear. It doesn't display them properly. So if I close the fold and just normal, then they show up.
interesting.
Okay. I will report this. Thank you for telling me. If people have got screenshots, DM me. Like of, look, I'm clicking on it. It's a Titan, but it says Voyager. And I'll get this sorted quickly. Because that's an easy fix to do so, which is amazing. Also, George says that Scopely need to fix the old data garbage on our phone. Yes, I know they're clear cache and all that sort of stuff. A reinstall always helps. Nigel, I purchased the Syndicate Battle Pass before the event ended today. It still did not have enough tokens to finish the event. Oh, that event is designed... Like, I did 2 tiers only because I pulled my Syndicate. I actually made a mistake and didn't pull it in the morning. I pulled it after reset, and I managed to do it over 2 days and got two tiers of the SMS for free to play. So, but I get 276,000 Syndicate. I'm only Syndicate 60 something or whatever this is, 61. I'm not at the end, basically. Which I think that's how you can do it. I agree, Amiga J. I feel like that it is quite a high number, and it's something they need to look at. Also, let's talk about this ridiculous new battle pass, the officer, whatever. What's it called, Quazel? the what's it called? The officer. I don't even know what it's called.
Officer. What is it called? First Contact Recruit Pass.
First Contact Recruit Pass. Amiga J. So did I. And I pulled it after reset. Interesting. Got 3 with careful planning. Murphy says. Lum says it's called Skip. Skippity Doodah. The $40 battle pass. Yes, the $40 battle pass. We did. Yeah. Is it worth it, Quazel? Now that you've seen Lube yesterday, went through it. So go and watch Lube. Follow Lube. Lube did an amazing stream about it yesterday.
We talked a bit. About it with Lube. I think we came up with 81. Is it 81 for $40? So. Basically, unlocking it gets you 81 officer shots, at least, if I remember correctly.
No,
you get 16 pulls.
Yeah.
16 pulls, because you have 4 rolls on those 16 pulls.
Yeah.
That's 64 officers, and the battle pass itself has 17. You have 81 officer shots, depending if you need them, but a lot of them are good officers, I'd say, because there's a bunch of good in there, more than usual, and you have a tiny little chance of getting 25 officer shots extra, depending on your luck.
Wow.
So that's the one part.
Well,
or if you go for the full thing, then you can get
381 if you spend $500 on top of your 40, basically.
Yeah, so Scopely math-wise, that's good.
No, it's not.
Because normally Scopely charges $400 for an officer unlock. That's the math. That's the standing math behind it, and you're getting 400 shots. So that's like for $500. So that's like $1 something on. I mean, I wouldn't buy it for me. Not for me. It's not for me. But Scopely math wise,
yes. I will tell you what I'm going to do. First, I want to say Martok with a 20 stream streak. Jesus Christ, buddy, I love you for that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Am I going to buy that battle pass? No, absolutely not. I don't believe the math is good. Is it worth getting? Up to you. If you feel like there's officers in there you need, then that's really, really important for you to sort of figure out, which is great. Thanks for the couple of people that have sent me the DMs, Matt Flat and Mactaco, which is absolutely amazing. So it does that. But would I get the battle pass? No. Do I think it's worth it? Well, you've got the maths, right? So you need to decide for yourself. Is $500 on top of $40, so $540, you get 300.
45. If you buy the big pack, it's 500 straight. Because if you buy the big pack, you're getting this recay that's missing.
Okay.
For $4 more gets it to you. It's like I remember when they brought the officer packs with the RNG involved, like for the strike team crews, the first ones.
Yeah. Okay, Beachwell.
That you had to get 5 packs there too.
Go on, Beachwell.
Sorry. I was just going to add in, it's actually more money than that because I don't believe those packs include merit credits. And if you can't upgrade the officers, what's the point of spending $500?
Yeah, true.
You're going to have to spend another how much money to get the credits to even upgrade them?
But in conclusion, basically, it's like you get 381 officer shards minimum with a potential of getting more because you might pull the 25 one or so often, right?
Yeah, so but what's the point of getting them if you can't upgrade them? I mean, I can't upgrade data right now because there's way more important stuff than spending the 25,000 Maverick credits on.
True. That's what you can say. What I can say is the following, is that it's 381. it might get you a touch more. If you think that's worth it, that's your choice, and it's up to you because everyone's got to play the game the best way. Would I spend that money? Absolutely not, and I won't. So simple as that. Like with the Sphere. I didn't get the Sphere. They didn't give me the Sphere. I didn't get the Sphere, and I don't feel like I'm missing out personally. But that's just me. But I can tell you what I would do, and people can then decide if they can do that. We can give you the maths. That gives you a little bit. George is an amazing math aspect of it. So thank you, George, for doing that earlier. And I used your math to help Lube out. So thank you very much, George. It is in our Quarks bar sort of information. And then $50 tech says Sphere is worthless, which is mad. Panda Pirate says, do we need to start a Nigel new content fund? Panda Pirate, look, if people support me, I just want to give it to charity. That's more important to me. If it benefits me in any way, I just want to return it back to the community. My aim is just to give back, which is why the sponsors that I get, I'm not obliged to do anything or say anything about them. I'm more that this is great. They want to meet Star Trek fans and they get to give away some stuff. And then if people see other things they want to buy, they can buy other things. Brian says we need more Maverick credits still, Nigel. Absolutely agree. I don't think we get enough, but I have a feeling it's a slow roller. Yeah. What do you think, Quasel?
Get gooder. I have saved up above 80K to upgrade my officers.
What?
And I didn't buy a pack for it.
How did you do that?
Being in the top 1 alliance in Europe, kinda, and winning all the leaderboards and all the, it didn't even take a lot of effort. Like and not even triple pulling the loot from the armadas, because you can do that.
Ender Sword.
With all the directives.
Yeah, it's amazing. Ender Sword is here on Twitch. Love you, Ender Sword. I think Ender Sword's got great content on YouTube, by the way. You got to go and watch some of his stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. Ender Sword, if you want to put a link down, please do, buddy. I will pin it up so people can go and follow you on YouTube. You've got a terrific channel with loads of great stuff. Sphere is another thing. The Sphere is another thing. Orbus, dumb thing. That Sphere Loop only really supports upgrading the Sphere and the Sphere CTFT. Yeah, and some Maverick credits. Old ones, some. And it's like 3,000 a week or something. It's not a lot. Cruzito says an epic shard is worth roughly $4. You mean $4? If you're trying to put a real money value on them, Nigel, this time it's different. So 100 shards is $400. In this case, you get more from pulls plus the unlock. Interesting. Interesting way to look at it, Cruzito. I like that theory about it, Cruzito. If you do have time, please do jump on the stage. You're more than welcome to discuss that. I think you always bring very good and valid points, buddy. And always thanks to have a...
okay. 100. Yeah. It's always the math being with Scopely. Like Cruzito says, $400 for 100 charts. The unlock was always, since I played the game, that's the basic math we do to estimate how does it fit into Scopely's value system. That's not mine. That's their system. They put on stuff.
Exactly.
And for officers, that's always been 400 for the unlock.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
So
we
technically,
don't need to like it.
So technically, it's fine, but it's also not fine. I don't think a battle pass should be $40. But I do like the theory of give us as many battle passes as you can, because like Relentless has showed me like 25K just to get level 1 on FCM data. Give us as many battles as you can, because the top tier is free. I'll take some free top tiers, right? And I think free top tiers are really valuable to have, and that's not going to be a problem to sort of sort out. And that's something to sort of be wary of. And Cruzito, you are here, buddy. What would you like to jump in with? How you doing, bud?
Yeah, I think it's been covered enough with Quasel, right? I think the one thing, and we can debate whether we consider the value that Scopely puts on something is worth the value that it really is.
Of course.
But the numbers are the numbers, right? I mean, it hasn't changed. At the end of the day, it's typically 100 shards, $400.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That is the number that you've got to look at from it. Now, whether people find real value to it and want to tie it as a one-to-one, that's up to them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, an unlock of an officer is $400, real money, right? Like that's it. That's what it comes out to. And then you can start basing everything else upon that. So in this case, I think, I don't know if that was Beach or who said it. I think I personally have an issue with it. And again, I know we've been going down this inventory thing.
Yes.
My thought is don't give us that inventory in the battle pass unlock, knowing very well that you're not going to be able to use them unless you
Yes.
also buy the additional packs. So my thing is,
Mhm.
rather than give us, what is it, the 4,000, 5,000, whatever it is in the BP,
Yeah.
just put more in the packs so that you then end up with what you need to, right?
Yes.
Make it
Mhm.
4,000 per pack or 5,000 per pack or whatever it is. Put them in there. And then that way, folks that choose not to buy it, it's not now gumming up their inventory. And I'm not going to get into the
Oh, yeah, of course.
database, not database.
Yeah.
What it does do, at least from an impact for me as a player,
Yeah.
I now have an extra piece of inventory in there that I either now have to scroll up or down around in order to go find other stuff. So
Yeah.
whether it affects performance, I'm not going to get into that one. It does
No.
affect
Mm.
user experience in me having to have all of these inventory things in there that I got to now scroll around to go find the thing I really want.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say.
like Jim Pi says, their inflation is outpacing all inflation everywhere by exponential numbers, which is
Well, it's always been, right? I
Yeah.
mean, from day one, it's been $400 for an unlock. And that number hasn't changed, whether inflation or not has gone up or down. It has been $400 for an unlock.
Yeah.
That's a day one number, and it's been the same ever since.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And I think that's, important for sort of people to realize. And then it's up to you, right? If you find the value. Cruzito, genuine question, and it's fine if it's yes or no. Are you going to
Sure.
buy that battle pass?
No, and the only reason I'm not is because I don't intend to also buy the
packs.
additional packs to go with it, right?
Yeah.
And the reason for that is I've already got that officer unlocked, right? Because I did pretty well throughout the SMSs and the SLVs.
Yeah.
And so like right now I'm sitting at, I can upgrade to tier 2 if I want to. I don't have the Maverick credits just yet to do that, but I figure I will eventually be able to upgrade her or tier her up, as when it comes around.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And I think it's something for sort of it's something for people to be wary of. But at least you made a good point on why you're not getting it. I'm not getting it because I don't see. I'm like you. I'm like, unless I spend $500, I don't see the value in it. And if you're going to spend $500, then sure, then you might as well buy the Elite Pass and so on and so forth. Lady Command says my car payment each month is about $300, so the value of the shards at $400 versus a car payment is exactly. But Lady Command, you at Ops 40. Now, what do you see? Have you gotten, out of interest, as a G4, have you gotten this next battle pass? It'd be interesting to see at your level, because that would be something to see whether we need to do that. Killer Angel, you are up 70 still, right? Still, Killer Angel?
Yeah, still up 70.
Yeah, and do you get the same value? What do you think of this battle pass?
I like the battle pass itself, but not the content that it gives you.
Yeah. I think any battle pass is worth it, right, Killer? Am I right in saying any battle pass that gives you a free track is worth, like, okay, just give me loads of those. But there's too many now. We got the Ferengi, the Syndicate, the Officer, whatever it's called. Yeah.
If it lines up with the events, then I'm fine with it. But if it doesn't line up, like today it has Hostile Hunt on all the different ones.
Yeah.
For example, it are three different tasks, then it's more work.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
now I like it, but they might.
And Nigel,
Yeah.
something to think about as well, right?
Yeah.
If it was any other officers, then maybe I would shoot for it. I mean, I'm sure maybe I'm missing that Mara or Cochrane or any of them are there, right?
Yes.
But I think it's just a matter of what these officers are going to do for my account right now, right? And I mean, if I'm a sub G7 player, and this is probably who these are more targeted towards.
Yeah.
If I'm a sub G7 player, I don't know what the value for these are, right? Because you still got, the other ones out there, right? We've got 5 that's still working pretty well and all that.
Yeah.
And so you're not necessarily needing them. Now, again, I don't want to speak broadly, but I know at least for me and where I'm at, I don't necessarily need them. And part of that is because I'm not doing the group armadas just yet. right? So
Yeah.
maybe if I was inactive in them, then maybe I would be seeing it a little bit differently. I know Josh came up and he was talking about it. Beach is doing them as well, and Sniper.
Yeah.
So if I was as engaged as they are, then yeah, maybe these officers are a decent value.
Yeah.
But this does remind me of the model that they used when we got the gold Ducat style. It's just a little bit of a twist on it.
Yeah, it is a little
Yep.
bit of twist. So as long as people are aware of that, and then they can make an informed decision. It's your investment and
Yep.
how you wish to invest in it, right? Crisito, everyone plays it differently. Like Lady
Yeah, I
Command
agree.
says, her one, she doesn't have the current battle pass, but she gets ones, and there's loads of Voyager parts, and she's like, ooh, it's exciting to have those Voyager parts, but don't get me wrong, there's some okay stuff, but not great stuff. But also, hopefully you're part of a great alliance, Lady Command, in the Master League, and then you can, get loads of stuff. I think Alliance Tournaments has got a massive boost, and I think whatever they do next month, because they're obviously going to change the reroll tokens and have some sort of drip, but it hopefully they'll add things that help the lower level players like Lady Command. So we just no need to forget by all the levels. But with this officer pass, it's not the greatest thing. Lady Command, do you find like the Ferengi for us in G7? I think is pretty much dead, right? The Ferengi battle pass, Crisito. Quasel, what do you think? Is there anything in there that you go other than materials?
Yes. Okay, I was going to say I use it strictly for signature credits.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're gonna buy, right? So
Yeah.
I think the message is that any battle pass, if they want to go ahead and fill up the entire screen, and I've got to scroll for 6 days on them, and it's all free track, I don't care, honestly. They can put all of those out there, and I'll just keep doing my one tasks or whatever you want to call it that collects for all of them. Great, I'll do that, and I'll take free stuff all day.
Yes.
As far as buying, I mean, again, that's all up to value, right? For me, outside of the material piece, I don't see the Ferengi doing much for me, right? But it's one of those where, and I think Beach would probably talk about it, right? For the $20 and the materials that you get out of it, I don't know, maybe that's a good deal, right? I haven't actually mathed it to see if it's worth a $20 pool.
Yeah.
But maybe it is, right? And I think that's the one thing where, looking at when you talk value, again, a lot of it has to be where you're at in your gameplay for your account and whether you have that disposable income.
Yeah, and
I did see something. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say what's really amazing about your sentence you just said is we've got two people who are Ops 40s here, right? Curly Bracket Effect is Ops 40. He says, I'm Ops 40 and I look forward to the Ferengi store. It's the best way to catch up on specialty loops and prime particles. So obviously, for that level, they're getting it really right, aren't they? So that's a great thing. That's a great thing.
And I think that's the one thing, right? I know that on at least on this side here, I know private was a little bit different, right? The audience is different there. I think at least here, because there is a broader audience and a broader play style.
Can I tell you numbers, Crisito?
Right?
It's about to shock you. In last stream alone, no joke, out of the 211 that we held all the way through, I was looking through the names and I was doing some statistics, right? We had a quarter G4s. And if you add would you add the G5s, we're up to like way more. We're up to 40%. And then with G6s, we're up to 70% and only 30% of G7. It shows that having these different voices is great. So that means now us as the heavyweights, Crisito, we now go, do you know what? The lower levels are enjoying the Ferengi Battle Pass. Don't change it at the moment. Just keep adding specialty ships to it.
Well, I mean...
Oh, go ahead, Quasel.
I'm telling people always, it's about the officers.
Yes.
The last few Ferengi passes hadn't officers that interest me because, PvP officers, meh, and solo, meh, but Ilya can be useful. And I mean, critical hit damage is still a metric that might matter for a lot. Mine is already tier 3. And I didn't spend on packs for her, just from leaderboards and stuff. But I'm at a different position and I play a different game. But I wouldn't underestimate going for the officers because we have seen day and day officers are that stuff that keeps you the longest. And we have seen Scopely making moves to get us use more different officers by banning officers, by changing tactics, by changing how they build hostiles. So I'm always going after the good ones or of the ones I think they're good. And Ilya with critical hit damage, lower deck, is for sure not one of the bad ones. I mean, it depends how much slots you have, of course, but I wouldn't dismiss her.
Well, and I
No,
think
I'll
I
be
think.
using.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll be using Ilya below deck on my G7 uncommon once I have the slots for it. I did want to go back to one thing you said real quick, though. I just did the
Yeah.
math. It's actually 2.4 million Sigma Trit for the Elite Ferengi Battle Pass. So for $20 for me, that's worth it for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not ready. Wait. I'm sorry. What was the total amount of that Trit?
2.4 million for $20.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even get that in a big pack, right? So,
Mhm.
Well,
at the
I
end of
mean,
the
you
day,
do, but for $100.
right? Yeah. So that's what I mean. So, that's a good thing, and I think Quasel, brings up a good point. And again, the challenge, Nigel, especially with this broad of an audience, I
Yes.
think is for us to understand, and I know other places you hear it too, right?
Yeah, of course
Not
we do.
every event is for every player or for every ops level or for everything,
Mhm.
right? And I know as humans, right, as players, well, we want to feel special in the game, right? Where that is, hey, I want to make sure that when I'm playing this game, they're focusing on me and my account. Now, I'm not saying everybody does that, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but I do think to some extent, sometimes we've got to step back a little bit. And like, let's say they put out the Ferengi one. I may or may not see value in that. I may change my mind now after hearing the numbers that Beats just threw out there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, sitting here going, okay, let's say I didn't do it. All right, great. Maybe the officers I have are done.
Yeah.
Maybe the whatever else is there, right? The ship part, whatever, all that thing is done for me.
Yes.
I may not chase that, but that doesn't mean that I need to go and rag on it. And then chances are they're not going to necessarily make it better
Yeah.
for us because they are trying to hit a broad swath of player base with a single thing, as opposed to here's your G7 stuff, here's your G6 stuff, here's your G5 stuff. They're just not going to be able to do that, I don't think. And in order to do that,
Yeah.
then it's going to be like lots of resources, lots of money and stuff that we'd rather them spend doing other things like hotfixes and all that stuff.
Yeah. Killer Angel, you wanted to jump in on this, buddy?
Yeah, I'd like to jump in on the fact that if packs are worth it buying or not, or battle passes or not.
Okay.
And there are different opinions about it. If you want to catch up, then probably the Ferengi Pass is a good buy. If you want to like ride the whale tail, so what KJ always says,
Yeah.
you probably just chill down and just enjoy your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're in the Nigels and the beach whales and
Not the Nigels.
area, you don't want to like miss out on every opportunity that is presented to you
Yeah.
because you're falling behind otherwise.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. I mean, Killer Cujo, by the way, who started streaming today. Killer Cujo, I'll absolutely love you, buddy. Good start on your stream. Ferengi is worth it if you aren't late gamer and that finished everything. So that's where that level does, which is what Killer Angel's saying, like, don't miss out on those things. Riskbreaker says, officer specialty ships parts, plus we have tons of refits and primes that are years old with no sourcing. Ferengi store needs a refresh. Absolutely agree, Riskbreaker. I have a weird feeling that then whatever the new Alliance tournaments refresh is probably going to fill a lot of that gap, right? And because they need to entice you to do whatever refresh roles of whatever they're going to do. And I think they will entice you by providing things that have minimal sourcing, things like the Godsend, things like Echo Papa, things like primes that have been had that. Godsend would be great because loads of people are like very close because since Khan's Challenger events ended, that never really got anywhere. Curly Bracket and Lady Command back-to-back were saying, as Op 40s, that the specialty ships are a great way to source officers between Ferengi stores, though. And same with Lady Command. She says, right now I have too many ships trying to level up. Defiant, Reliant, Titan, Meridian, Amalgam, Jesus. So she's got quite a few that they're battling with. Free Schwag says, officer caps, yuck. It's been said officers are forever. The cake is a lie. That is not true. Just saw the new officer look table on the outpost spreadsheets. Yes, but officers are forever. Like, Free Swag, I remember saying this about 6 weeks ago, and correct me if I'm wrong, Crisito, where I said, if you've got an officer that does one thing, make sure you have a duplicate officer that can do the same ability. For example, E-Data and Janeway are a good example. Janeway and what Carol does is another example. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, go on.
Well, so I think the one thing, right, and maybe it's a little tongue in cheek, right, when we say officers are forever, right? I mean, to be honest, right, in any game that you're doing, Pike Moreau Chen, that was a mistake, whether we want to admit it or not. It was great for us, right? That kind of thing. Tal even to an extent, and so yes, they're going to be useful for a very, very long time. Now, I would love, and I bet every large player on here would love and absolutely love to be able to use Pike Moreau Chen all the way up into whatever, right? Their abilities are just ridiculously stupid.
Boring.
Right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, is it really one of those where an officer that I got in my mid 20s to 30s, right? I mean, really, should I be using that officer 6 generations later or 5 generations later? No, because I mean, I guess it's great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't provide a challenge, right? I mean, if that's the case, I'll just play tic-tac-toe. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we can just do that over and over.
But
And
also, but also duplicating them for later, Crisito, is the key. Like Picard, Beverly becomes, then you can go past 50. So you got up to 50 with PMC. And
yeah, to an extent, right? And I think that's what they're trying to show out here.
Yeah.
I think if you look at what the caps are, it's really on, and I don't want to call it game breaking because that's not a fair assessment.
True.
But I do think it's for those ones, right, that have massive, way OP perspective on it, right? Like, again, bringing Pike Moreau into the levels that they are would probably not be good for the game, right? I mean, let's just be honest. They're not. I mean, they weren't good for the game as far as they went. I know Scopely is not well, I don't know, maybe as of late they are, but I know any other game where they would have recognized something like that would have absolutely nerfed it as soon as they found out. The fact that we got Pike Moreau Chen for 4 or 5 years is actually pretty good, to be honest. But I think right now what they're starting to do is, yes, they're going to try to sell you new officers that have the abilities that are going to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's what they've got to do, right? If they left everything out there, then there is no income to be had, which then means the game dies. I mean, that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And there are a few people saying Pike Monroe is up to 70, Chen is up to 51, for example, Shui Swag. So you're aware. And
they changed that. They changed that. Pike didn't used to go all the way up to 70, but apparently they've made just description changes.
Yeah, well, that's been changed and was announced, I think, the arc before last. So that was something that was done. So Pike and Monroe are up to 70, so that you can't take them 71. That's the idea. And that's why we came up with a 71 meta, which is great. Look, Crisito, we expanded by using the Chang crew, for example, or Janeway if you want to put her at the middle. But Chang, Seska Suder becomes the new thing to go to. So you guys at the lower levels, Chang, which you go, what's the point of Chang? I would upgrade Chang so that when you get closer to 70, 71, it becomes important. Same with Seska Suder. Your DTI store becomes a very valuable thing that you've got to really focus on because that.
Yeah, and if you remember, right, before we really realized that Pike Moreau or PMC was a thing.
Yes.
Right. We used to actually have the anti-faction officers. We used to have the anti-ship officers, right? We used to have all of that. They were effective. And then it was not until, some of the bigger whales early at the time realized PMC was a thing. And then at that, every other officer was like, I don't care about it. Who cares? Does it really matter? I'm going to do that. And I think now bringing those officers back is actually pretty cool.
Yes, Chris Pike.
And I don't want to take us too far off that. I mean, so crews are important. There's just no ifs and ands about it because we find ways to use crews in ways that the game that Copley never even thought of, right? I mean, there's no question. I mean, we come up with ways to, they told us we weren't going to be able to kill the new Borg hostile. I mean, without the sphere, and we found a way to do it, right? So there, and we've found ways to mess with the nerf and nerf other hostiles to get things done. So it's and it's definitely a way I think the game is developing, and I think it's a good thing. To the point of the Ferengi store, what I would say to that is, I don't want to. Again, we got a lot of larger players up here, but the lower level player base that only wants to maybe spend $20 here or there, like some people said for the low level battle passes, right? Not the full elite. That's a great way for them to source materials, and I think that we need to. We shouldn't be throwing any shade at it, because I think that's a great way for that ecosystem to grow.
Yeah.
Okay. Because for that little $20, they can consistently buy the same thing. Now, again, yes, for maybe some of our higher ops players, it's getting dated. But for those guys, like I just heard, some of the newer, speakers on the panel here that are lower ops. That's how they're boosting their Titans. That's how they're growing up the Reliance. That's how they're doing, and to Quazel's point, I like it for the officers again. So, cause I'm more of a seasoned player or a longer life player.
Yeah.
The officers there. And again, there's some PvP, but I'm sure there'll be PvE ones as this moves along too. I mean, the ones that are there are more outpost driven, but again, that all evolves as we kind of move through, and that seems to they have some fall off. So the ones that aren't in Officer Depot, that's a great way to source some of those as well. So I don't think we should throw any shade at it at all. I think it has a smattering of everything.
Yeah, there's no shade at it. I mean, it's actually
Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
Crisito, I'll allow you to rebuttal. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it wasn't a rebuttal. I think he's onto something, right? And I think one thing to kind of keep in mind as well when we're talking with these passes, and even with the ATs, one of the things is that, as bigger players, right, we want more things in there. And it's typically the newer content to be in there. That's great. So let's just use ATs, for example, right? We want, I don't know, Echo Papa or all of these other things in there.
Yeah.
Right. Godsend, right? We want those in there. They were released within last year and a half, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So they put them in there. Now, the price for those are going to be significantly high. Why? Because it's brand new,
of course,
really high value. Right?
Yeah.
Good. It's in the store. Now, at which point are these, we'll call them lower level, free to play, whatever it is, when they start getting there, that cost isn't going to be one cost for me as an Ops 72 that is a spender today. It's going to be the same exact price for them later on down the road.
Yeah.
So we've got to be a little bit careful as far as if we're really going to be talking about helping the lowers and the free to plays, and that is saying, hey, we need these things added into the Ferengi battle passes or all this stuff. Great. The prices are going to be ridiculous. And then as they start going, they're now going to be paying those same ridiculous prices when they really shouldn't. So I think there's kind of that kind of mismatch, right? I don't know that we've ever seen them reduce the price on something. Once it's in there, right? It's just that's the price.
Yes and no. I believe in the refresh. I don't know at all, but I believe in the refresh that they will readjust the prices so that they, it's now a refresh. So here you go. These are the lower prices. This is what it does. This is how much it costs to do these things. This is a chance for you to upgrade. And then you don't know how many points you're going to get per task, right? You used to get a reroll. That was different. Now it'll be something different at all. So that's the thing we need to be wary of. The key thing is to give people a lot of advice, which is why we do these sort of panels. And what happens usually within these sort of panels, which in like 24 to 48 hours, is hopefully they listen and they hear the players from every ops level making decisions. So we now have figured out today, we already do know, but this is a genuine yes, the G4s are enjoying the Ferengi Battle Pass. The G4s are, doing that. We've got, 2 or 3 or 4 in the Twitch channel right now, just chatting about and bouncing off each other, which is great. So we can now support you guys by saying absolutely superb news, absolutely great, and thank you very much. That Ferengi is amazing, as long as you keep adding the next level specialty ship to it. So don't forget about it and leave it where it is. Please keep adding to it. So what I would
Nigel, you're hitting on it.
Yeah.
You're hitting on it perfectly. Consistently, there needs to be as the arcs move forward.
Yeah.
They need a way for people to catch up. Maybe, people go on vacation. People have to take time away. Some people have left the game and come back, and they're frustrated. They can't get caught back up.
Yeah.
That's the only way that they can.
Yeah.
Right. There's no refresh of an event. They don't run an arc again.
No.
It's not that kind of a game.
But,
so how else are you expecting them to get there?
Yeah. What I love as well, I love what Lady Command said. She's like, you've got all these people. You've got this event going on where you're trying to convince people to come back, right? If they come back and they were a big whale and suddenly they're like, how the hell am I going to catch up on all this? This is where the Ferengi store becomes a really valuable part. So the Ferengi store needs to be, here's your 6 months and previous to that content that you can catch up on, right? So here's yours, Yes 31, here's your Dauntless, here's your whatever, and so on and so forth. Retro Fury, welcome in. Lovely to have you. 20 stream streak is absolutely insane. Iron Fister with 32 rated. Thank you, Iron Fister, you lovely, lovely man. Lovely to have you, Fisty. You are great. Sniper is here. Sniper, you need to jump on stage. Sniper, love you, buddy. Thanks to have you there. If you've got a bit of time, please do that. Thank you very much. Lighting Hawk, how you doing? How you doing? And Jason V. What do we call him?
You are
yes.
cursed.
You are cursed. You're absolutely right.
Super friend.
Yeah,
Jason
V cursed
boom,
is here
and all that.
because he's been cursed and all that. Lum was like, ugh, Jason V cursed is here. The important thing is that I'm trying to make them understand, which I'll just finish my point, which is the Ferengi store needs to be the catch-up mechanic 6 months prior, right? I know they're never going to put anything, 6 months.
It has a great plan.
In
you will, as soon as the
and there is
match
a great
bell
plan thing.
rings,
That's
ding,
played
ding,
at the wrong time. But yes,
you will punch Corey straight in the groin.
it is a great plan as well. But basically, the main thing for them to be wary of is we need the Ferengi store to have the updates. So 6 months of previous would be amazing. I still think the Dauntless and Dauntless parts need to enter. Sounds like they've gone 8 months or 9 months. But whatever, as long as they keep updating it, the lower levels can catch up. The G4s can become G5s, G5s can become G6s, and so on and so forth. For us in the G7, the Ferengi store is an additional bit of material. And we've just learned for $20, Beachwell brought up a good point. It brings a very good Sigma return. So if you wish to have that, that'd be amazing. Hey, Kingslayer, that's very, very awesome of you to do. Concur
If
says...
I could throw one thing to that.
Yeah, go on.
So something I was talking to with a couple other players, right? And you're starting to see it a little bit more
I'm a
with,
model, and you know what I
the
mean?
free-to-play
I shake my little
/
thing on the
lifespan.
dance floor.
So I know when we talk about, the whales, right? Right now we're putting the whales as G7, right? Like everybody, if you're G7, you're a whale.
Yes.
That's not necessarily the case. There are a lot of players that either have reduced their spend significantly or have just stopped spending in general, right? On certain features. So I think that's something that Scopely's got to keep in mind, as well as, we're on that 1 year to 6 months, somewhere in that range of something going into the stores, whether AT or Ferengi or battle pass events or whatever it is, right? So I think one thing too, when we talk about it, is that it's the high spend to mid to high spend that are going to be about 6 months ahead of everybody, but they can't necessarily use the ops levels as the gauge, because that target has now moved. Yes, the majority of the game is still sitting in G5, low G6.
Yes.
But there are a lot of players that are in the 7-year realm that are upwards in that G7 that are entering it now, that are still not the spenders, if you will.
Yeah,
right?
but
So
also,
they got to make sure that they can use ops as the gauge for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And the thing is, people here have to be wary of is that the advice we give you here as some of the G7s and some of the G6s like Killer Angel and some of the G6s like MJ Hat and Netniv, who are usually regulars here, and the monster whales like Quasel. But we also have the free-to-play legend himself, Putz. You've just jumped on here, which is absolutely awesome and great. But what I'm going to do is, what would you like to bring into this? Zedacron, I'm going to come to you after that as well. I'll go to Big Bad D. Go on. Putz.
So my thing is that I think we're kind of missing the forest through the trees a little bit here.
Okay.
And
guide us.
If you look at every single epic officer in Alliance tournament,
yes,
they're all the same price.
Okay.
They're all the same price. Okay. They have been updated. There have been different officers added multiple times. Right.
Okay.
So anyone who's saying, hey, let's put in new officers and we expect them to be more expensive.
Yes.
That's not what history has shown us, right?
Okay,
Like
good.
they need to keep honest with and be like, the officers are going to stay. And even in the Ferengi Pass,
Yeah.
none of the newer officers are more expensive than the older officers, right? So I'm pushing back on this. Well, whatever they're going to add, it's going to be really expensive.
Yes.
No, they've added stuff before in the past, and it's not been quote unquote really expensive,
Okay.
right? Even in the Alliance tournament,
Yeah.
you know, yes, some of the forbidden techs and some of the artifacts may be slightly different per shard, or slightly different per unlock, if you will.
Yeah.
But all of them were still like, hey, you can unlock something within a couple of AT stores,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I would expect them to keep that sort of cadence and pace no matter what they do.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should be okay with or accept
Yeah.
any sort of price inflation.
Oh, 100%. And I think you've nailed it on the head. And Crisito also nailed it, where he said it's always been $400 for for 100 shards of an officer. That's the worth they've had. They've never changed that, and that was interesting to hear. Yeah.
And if I can, to Putz, I think Putz, and on that, that's a good analogy, because I think I might have misspoke it, right? But I think if we want something that's newer, right, the only way that they potentially could get it in there, right, if it's less than the 6 months or even a year in some cases, then the only way that they would put it in there is to then inflate that price, which is going to be bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Now that I can agree with. If they're going to put it out early,
yes,
right, quote unquote early, then it should have a premium cost. But you guys have been talking about stuff that is old.
Oh yeah,
right?
Right.
Nothing that is is less than 6 months old, so that all should be in there by now.
Yes,
true. And I think the one challenge you're going to have, Nigel, with that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We've got a bunch of spenders here.
Yeah.
If they were to, right? I mean, I went and got Echo Papa and all that stuff, and I spent for the premium.
Yeah.
I got it for what I used it at the time.
Yeah.
I personally don't care. The 100 days, 6 months for me is a dead on number. But there are a lot of players that have or expect not necessarily premium, but want exclusivity or can't even say it, right?
Exclusivity, exclusivity.
There you go. Thank you. They want that, and so that I think to some extent, and especially when you talk PvP side, that's a big deal, right? PvE, they could probably care less, but if you're going player on player and you show that up early, there's a lot of people that spend money that are very, very much in the camp of, I don't want somebody to be able to catch me as quickly as that.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that necessarily, but I just know it's out there.
Yeah, Beachwell?
I just want to say, he's got some valid points there. There needs to be a time frame of when stuff gets in there. And I think this is one of the big issues with the game as well is, and I don't know if newer servers are coming out right now, but let's say you have a younger server, they shouldn't have the same stuff in their store that a 7-year-old server has that's not getting new players. They should be completely different items in their stores, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because even, I got a G3 player. He's been playing all 4 years. He has most of his officers maxed out already.
Yeah.
He doesn't need them at G3 because it's an older server.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that really needs to change is, they need to make things based on server age. They need to find a way to start adding older officers or FTCTs to different stores at, let's say, this officer came out 3 years ago. Well, it shouldn't cost the same as a brand new officer.
Yeah.
At all, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed. And Chris Pike, before you jump in, or Fisty, is just to be aware, like, Ferengi Store is not a G7 store. Ferengi Store is a G6 and below store. Ferengi Store is the catch-up mechanic for people who have maybe decided to slow roll a loop or wanted to do something else. The Ferengi Store should be a catch-up for a lot of the lower ops players to the mid ops to the high G6s, and they go, great, well, I can get this and that and the other off it. Sometimes they throw some newer officers, and sometimes they come at the premium. And the premium is a very valid point as well. What do we call premium? For me, it's the opening 3 months so that you can do the first part 1 and part 2 of an arc and be able to be expanded on it. Then after that, it can be opened up a bit more, so on and so forth. And it works its way down to eventually where it lasts in the transporter patterns, right? It reaches transporter patterns at the end. I think those are valuable things to sort of be wary of. And you've got people here in the chat like, thank you very much for holding it, Flesh Ho and Anexi Boy as well. Red Zur says, even if they reduce the shard cost to unlock or tier over time, automatically that would be great, and I think that can happen. So Nigel, where is the G7 store? Now, the G7 store is the newest content, the newest battle pass, the newest material spend, the newest Vengeance is Mine, the newest sort of Aphelion, the newest thing that appears in those stores. And that's where the G7 store is, where you spend your choice tokens to get your materials. Ferengi's store for G7 is just a material put down. Now, do you get the $20? It's up to you. Do you want to get the extra Sigma Trit that will benefit you for $20? I think it's sometimes worth it, sometimes not. You might sit there and go, well, I've maxed most of my ships I want to do. That's not really valuable for me. But the key we need to see, we don't put the Ferengi store down because the lower level players are really enjoying it. And that's something for them. And we've heard it here in this chat where they say it's absolutely great. Yes, Chris Pike.
So so 2 comments. I'd say, so there's a lot of change going on.
Yes.
They do need to provide some consistency. It doesn't need to, it doesn't, so there has to be, like what you're saying, I don't care what you want to call it, if they want to keep calling it the Ferengi store or whatever.
Yeah.
But the concept of it, at least in like you just laid out, has to stay consistent. And it frankly shouldn't change names once it's been established, because when players come away and come back, they know that's where I look to catch up on things.
Yes.
Right? That's the stuff that's happened in the last 6 arcs, let's say, right? And then if I'm looking for the new arc, well, I don't have to. It's right there. That's what's being splashed at us the whole time, right? It's the recent events, and it's all the stuff that's in the main store, money-wise. So if that's what you want to do, it's right there in the store. The other thing that, again, I'm a G7 player, but I talk to the lower level players.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of I don't want to I hate the term we keep talking about, money players and not money players. I like to say power users, because I have plenty of people that have strong power.
Yeah.
It is amazing what you can do in this game if you've got the time.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I've these free to play players, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And they're retired. I mean, this is all they do, and they power through this stuff. And I have G7 players that I can truly say are pretty close to free to play. Maybe bought a battle pass here or there, right?
Yeah.
But that lower battle pass, right, the $20 one,
yes,
their ability to etch up slowly off the drips or off the smaller battle passes, or off, the economies of this game are what they are. It's a $20 pack and a $50 pack. I remember when the first entry ones, when I started this 7 years ago, you could buy a $5 pack.
Yeah.
Right. That's how they got me hooked. A $5 pack, and then I think like North Star was $20. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can deal with this economy, right? As we were all going through the COVID, right, and trapped at home, and it consistently now it's basically you spend 20, 50, or 100.
Yeah.
And again, currency exchange, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking U.S. dollars, that's generally what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So a lot of players don't have $100 to consistently throw at something, especially if it's newer content. But $20 a little bit over time is something that's possible for some players to do, or just to even earn it. Because again, let's not forget, the Ferengi event does have the free track, so they're able to buy a little bit at a time, even if they're not paying anything.
100%
for stuff. So again, that consistency I think needs to be there, because that's an avenue for them to continue to grow incrementally.
Yeah,
which is key.
Yeah, and key thing is for us moderators, like Arsenic Touch in Official and me in the private server, is the jobs of our jobs is to continuously remind them that, by the way, it's been 6 months for this, 7 months for this, 8 months for this, please put it in. And that's where the CMs can sort of help us out, which is absolute. Hello there, Rage I Conquer, you said that they need to introduce free-to-play primes that are only pay only. A free-to-play not stand a chance even if they play a lot without this change. But they do have a lot of these getting added into the game, and that's something to be wary of. Joe Berg says, to me, there should be nothing that cannot start being earned after 100 days. You may not be able to unlock it within 100 days, but we should be able to start working towards it. Primes, for example, should not be impossible to grind free-to-play years later. Agree, and I think the primes are going to be the key. I am looking forward to people seeing what's coming up because they are doing a big switch with these changes, it seems. They seem to be, I remember telling people, focus on your KR ships, and those will still be vital. You know, whether I told you it was a 3... Yes, go ahead, Putz.
I just had a thought, and
Go ahead.
maybe I'm late to the party.
No,
but
go ahead.
If they are trying to just expand the accelerate the progress from 0 to wherever, right? And that target will keep getting further away month after month after quarter after year, etc. Right?
Yeah.
They have yet to make second builder, second, third, fourth, 12th, X to the 24th research, whatever slot. None of those have ever been available free to play.
I'm glad you said
I think it might be time to it follows into their want of trying to push us faster into the upper ops. One way to do that is to give us a second builder, a second researcher, third researcher, again, N-1 researcher, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm really
That's
glad.
all.
No, I'm glad you said that because in VIP, people know, or private server know what I mean when I pause about that. So thank you, Putz. I think that's a very good suggestion. Anything, Crisito? Because I want to open the floor because I've got.
Well, I was going to say, and I actually, Putz, I had forgot the fact that the builders aren't out there, right? And again, if they want to, and look, I think there should be a grind path to it. At this point, you throw it out for $5. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're gonna sell it, right? And what does that cost?
I will
right?
state right here, right now, today, at this moment, at this time.
Yes.
If they made the second builder $5 US American dollars and the second researcher $5 US American dollars, if you're listening, someone over there that does these packs, you know who you are. If you're listening, I will buy both of them.
So second builder and second research at $5 each.
At $5 each, I will buy them.
I'll be honest with you. I would think that you'd be really tempting your nearly free-to-play people at $10, and each one you scale up until when you get to the biggest, when you get to the fourth builder, that's $100 pack.
Right. But yeah, you make those bad boys. I mean, that's the win, right? If you're looking for that microtransaction, I don't know, look in chat, right? There are a lot of non-spenders here that right? You put it out there for $5 a pop and you see how many packs they sell, right? Somebody will give up a Starbucks coffee or a latte or something for that builder, right? I can almost guarantee it.
Well, do you know what the funny thing is, Putz?
What's that?
Someone is listening because they just asked me the question.
Good.
And they were like, wait, there's no sourcing for this? I'm like, nope. No sourcing at all. Smoke signals, just mute yourself, buddy, before I get you, and I'll call you up in a second, but please mute yourself, otherwise I've got to knock you out. You've got 3, 2... Okay, thanks. Fantastic. What I'll do, I want to give Zedacron, sorry Zedacron, I always miss you out. We always end up in a riveting conversation. Zedacron, jump on. Big Bad D can jump on next to get his points in. We'll go to Smoke as well. Zedacron, jump on, bud. Anything you'd like to jump on with?
Yeah, the Ferengi Fast topic.
Yeah, great.
I don't know about anybody else, but I happen to like officers. So as long as there's officers that I could use and other people can use, there's value.
Yes.
The other issue is, like it's been mentioned before today and in the past, Cause Challenges is not coming back.
No, it doesn't like it.
So out of all these players that's got these shards towards Echo Papa and Godsend, I'm going to be honest, it's a slap in the face to those players who's got like 20 or less shards to get the thing unlocked.
Yeah.
And they can't get it unlocked.
Well, tell them that hope is coming.
Why would they want to? Yeah, but the question is when.
I can't answer that because it would break my NDA.
I know you can.
But
That's
but
still
I
it's gotta be said.
just remember, I always give people a 3-week, 7-week, 10-week, and 14-week head start. I reckon it's under 3 weeks. So head start to those things. I just think people need to be aware that there are things that they are trying to put in and do. And I think next arc, because next arc starts this month, is where they are, hopefully looking at different aspects and different sourcing. And because they're making they need to make an announcement about this, really. They genuinely do want people to last. Like, Crisito's brought it up loads of times to them as well in the private server, saying, if you want people to understand that this is supposed to take you 18 months to 2 years, you need to come out and say, this is supposed to take you 18 months to 2 years. Please do enjoy the journey required to get there. It is at the premium at the moment, and it'll get less and less and less in value if you decide, to take your time on it and so on and so forth, or if you want to speed it up, it has a premium cost to it, right? And that makes more sense.
And Nigel,
Oh, sorry.
The biggest proponent I am for the whole godsend routine right now.
Yeah.
Look at what hospitals are coming out right now. I mean, I've got the godsend. This isn't for me.
Yeah.
This is for everybody else who's put the grind in during Con's challenges to try to get the godsend.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Everything is coming out with Apex barrier. Everything is coming out with Apex shred. That godsend there would be a literal what it is. Godsend to players.
Yeah,
to get them through specific things.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And that is something that's been. I would be shocked if it's not in soon. Because the amount has been brought up and the amount have been asked about it, the amount the players have brought it up, and the amount that seems to be something that you'd valuably add, let's say, I don't know, a refreshed Alliance tournament would be a very good place to stick it in. And that would be a very good place to do it. And I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if it was in there or sourcing anywhere else. Yes, Crisito.
Well, so one of the things, Nigel, and the Godsend is a good one, right? Even the Echo Papa. And I think we had what was this? There was an event that came out and it gave us like a half or a partial or something like that back in February.
Yeah.
One of the things that they've got to kind of keep an eye on is I enjoy them running events in which you can get potential unlocks or partial progression or whatever towards that, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that is really bad where I don't mind, like if I'm at that 50% mark, I don't mind going out and spending half the price to get a half unlock, and I'll spend that money on it.
Yeah.
But what I'm absolutely not going to do is if I'm halfway there, I'm not going to go spend $100 to get the full unlock and then just throw the progression that I had away, right? So that's something that they've got to keep in mind. And again, to make their money, do whatever it is, right? But if you dangle something in front of somebody and they're close or they're moving towards it, and then you let them sit on it for a year like they have for Echo Papa, or these other ones where players have been able to get somewhere, and now you're like, hey, guess what, guys? You got 30 shards, that's awesome, but you can buy it in the store and unlock it, and those 30 shards that you did, it's okay, right? Like players aren't going to do that.
No.
But if you give them close, they would absolutely go in there and say, hey, I'll give you a half unlock. And maybe that half unlock is you're at 51 or 52 or 50, maybe even 60. They're maybe willing to spend that money, right? Like that's the part that they keep missing a lot on a lot of things that they're doing.
Yeah, agreed. Is that
even that Glaven was a free to play thing?
Yeah,
right.
There was leaderboards back. It was like last year, 2 years ago. Glaven was free to play unlocked through a series of events.
Yeah,
right.
There was one that actually came up today on my stream that has to do with that incremental purchase, and it's something that's been sitting there and is a real craw in the throat of a lot of upper level players, and it's that last fleet commander slot, and the $400 to do that. That is pissing off so many people.
Yeah, 100%.
It's how long that thing's been there for close to 6 months now, and I don't know what their sale rate is on it because I don't have access to Scopely's numbers on that.
No.
But from what I understand, it hasn't been good.
No, and I'd be shocked if someone spent $400 on. But if some have, obviously. But be wary that I just feel like loads of efficiencies, loads of things are coming, loads of things to help with various things. Advark is even showing that he's on 199. out of 200 on Echo Papa.
Right. Like, come on, right? Like that one there, right? Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Advark,
I mean,
genuine no joke, right? Genuine no joke, buddy. DM me about that one, and we'll get someone to have a look for you, because that's ridiculous and that is really painful on one shots. But people, that's the key. The key is to make sure that we spread bet this and give people as many chances as possible. And Ferengi becomes, the reason I want them to hear this is that Ferengi becomes your catch-up mechanic battle pass. Call it the Ferengi, call it whatever. It's your catch-up mechanic battle pass, and that's really important. Beachwell says, the only player I know who spent $400 for the FC slot was someone who came back after a year because they felt they couldn't wait for the free-to-play options to get their next one. Sure, but I think the Ferengi battle pass is that. The officer battle pass is like, Crisito told you how much that's worth. Netniv, thank you very much for coming in today. I know I didn't tell you, so thank you very much for coming in, buddy. As a G6 player, do you feel the Ferengi store is useful for you? Because at G7, the materials are the things we're chasing. That's it. That's all it gives us. So whether you want to put $20 towards the materials extra, that's your choice. G6, what do you think, Netniv?
For me, I'm still doing the Reliant and the
nice.
Relativity loops. So they have some benefit there, in the Ferengi store, because you can still get those as parts.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't say there's a lot in there that I really go, oh yeah, I really want to spend it on that at the minute. But those, all my things are going on the parts really for the ships.
Yeah.
I was also doing it for the Revenant, but that's now finished, that loop. So that's done. And as I do the other two, then I'm going to be left going, what do I spend the rest on?
No, but dude, you've just explained exactly what the Ferengi store is for. We had Lady Command and Curly Bracket going, we're G4s, we love the Ferengi store. It helps us catch up on specialty chips. You've just, at G6, at Op 67, if I'm right?
I am now, yeah.
Yeah, at Op 67, he has completed a lot of his specialty ships there. So it's doing its job as long as they keep updating it, so that we will obviously, at the upper echelon players, go, oh God, this thing is, not doing anything for me. But the critical part is that it's helping everyone else to catch up to you. I truly believe they want to get, the new content, that whatever they do, they want to make sure all content reaches 20 levels. That's what they've always want to say. So when there was G7 was the top, they wanted 50 to 70. Now that G8 is at the top, I would have thought they want to make content for 60 to 80. The reason they want to do that is it makes it easier for them. Here's a new content for you guys because you're bored. For everyone else, you can catch up on the Ferengi store. We've got an update on the Syndicate pass to increase your Syndicate, on the Officer Doodah, because, you can get $400, worth, exactly how it's priced. And then hopefully they can start adding things in the Alliance tournament store, like speciality stuff, like the Godsend, the Echo Papa, the Primes that no one can catch up on. And things like, this is not a hint, Putz, things like extra research builder, extra building sort of thing, open thing, maybe an FC unlock, who know? But Sniper was talking with Celestine, who said, so what's the point of free-to-play path to the new FC seat? And CJ says, well, it's plunder from outposts, which is kind of true, but then Sniper argues that is not true free-to-play. No free-to-play is going to get 1 million plunder for years based on the kind of free-to-play sourcing. But what if, Sniper, maybe we get some loot boosts in some way to outposts, which is what we've been asking for. Maybe the next set of loot boosts. How much we had? We had the 300%. We had this, another 300%. If we get another 300% loot boosts, yes, not loot boots, loot boosts, which would be, and that would suddenly give you a little bit more. So missed paying it, which is absolutely insane. Lady Command, there's a fallacy that us lowers want to catch up. For me, I will never catch up. Just want to do the best I can, not feel like a drain on the Alliance. That's the key sentence right there from Lady Command. I do not want to be a drain on the Alliance. So when you make Alliance-based stuff, the team at STFC and Digit, focus on making sure whatever ops level you have, you are contributing towards your Alliance. Every alliance needs players at that level so they can do stuff, and every alliance needs players that are massive in that level. And that is important to hear, which is why we have G4, G5s, and G6 to sort of do that, and very, very important. You know, like you've got Iron Fister, who's at the top. By the way, follow Iron Fister, great streamer, deserves to be followed. He does some great content as well, does very good times. Make sure you do follow Iron Fister. He's a great guy. Absolutely love the guy. Fisty, you're awesome. So it's something that I hope more and more.
Thank you very much. And actually, I do have kind of a follow-on on what you just said about supporting your alliance.
Yes.
Look, I'm in one of the biggest alliances in the game. I was previously in the biggest alliance in the game.
Yes.
The old Iron Armada.
Yep.
I'm in the recovered one from what was left of that debacle.
Yeah.
COE on server 20, and we are still one of, even though we lost our emerald chain level, we are still one of the most powerful alliances in the entire game because we support each other. We talk to we will sit there and remind our lower players, hey man, during alliance tournaments right now, if you like the privileges of being in Master League,
yes,
at least go out and do the 4,000 point task. We don't expect you to go and do
the 10K,
10,000 point tasks.
Yeah,
3 10K point tasks every day. We know it's not feasible for you.
Yes.
You're G5. But the grind tasks are very feasible. And there are still, especially for G5 and G6 players, fantastic rewards in the Alliance Tournament store.
Yes.
And even as me, as a fairly new G7,
yeah,
I'm starting to run out of stuff in the Alliance store. But there's still a lot of stuff in there that I need and I can use.
Exactly.
So do it. And don't forget to do your side Alliance Tournaments tasks.
Yes.
Those will get you more points.
100%.
Now, as far as these changes that are coming with the next tournaments, well, we'll see how that ball lands.
Of course.
Right now, it's like it has been. Do your tasks, support your alliance, and go out and watch. You don't have to do every territorial, every TC defense. You don't have to do every single one. And there is an entire battle pass that goes with that. If you have not maxed your TC text tree, you need to be doing those.
Yeah.
So if you're not only to help your alliance, but to help yourself, they make you better at PvP, better at PvE.
Yeah.
They have efficiencies and everything in there. You need to do them. And even if you are only doing the free-to-play TC tree and TC battle tree, you're getting something.
Oh, and
So,
it's definitely
do it.
worthwhile, Fisty. Absolutely worthwhile. And you know, Mufasa, who's a G3 player, by the way, follow him for his G3 content. Absolutely superb in what he does. Mufasa, I've been watching you today. I always lurk. I think you do a very good job, and I really enjoy your content. Well, they may catch up easy for mid-ops because it speeds them up to higher ops where more people tend to spend money due to FOMO. I don't feel like mid-ops has a FOMO issue as we have access to everything much easier without being locked into specific BP events or paywalls, which makes it interesting.
You know, Nigel, and you know what was brought up there, right? And especially when you're talking with the alliance, right? Scopely has made it clear, or at least they're starting to,
yes,
that a lot of the new, we'll call it new content, is 55 plus.
Yeah.
That's great. However, and this goes to what Putz was saying. So again, we're going to beat this dead horse until Scopely finally just drops that pack for $5 and everybody's going to make a money.
Yeah, the $5, yeah.
Right. But at the end of the day, right, if you were talking to some of the lowers or what's holding them up, right, it's probably just the time or the speed ups or the
Yes.
ladder, whatever it is to get that building or those buildings
Yes.
where they need to, right? But if you could go ahead, have a second builder, second research, do whatever it is, that would help.
Yeah.
At the same time, that allows then the players that are lowers to start moving up within the alliance to then to be able to go do that, right? So if their goal is we want alliances that are, we'll call it 55 plus or somewhere in that neighborhood, right? Maybe, you know, down to 40. We want a lot of players to be up there, the game in general to be there. Then stop gating them, right? Like give them the opportunity to get there, right? You're doing it with a lot of other things with these passes and whatnot. Great. Start giving them things in the game that are going to let them do that.
Absolutely agree. Smoke signals. Sorry, buddy. If you do want to jump on, we will put you up. Big Bad D. I haven't given you the floor. Let's give Big Bad D his time, buddy. Go ahead.
Appreciate it, Nigel.
No worries.
There's been lots of good points made. Kind of lost my train of thought on what I wanted to ask initially, but
that's okay.
A big portion of it is updating.
Okay.
They can do it with the officer shards. They can do it with the tournament store. They can do it with Frankie Pass. It's not that they got to do it every month.
Yes.
After content gets 3 to 6 months old, I mean, I don't know why, but I still have certain officers that, for some reason or another, I can't get VPs for them. I get transporter tokens that do me nothing. And, you know, I still got a couple of TOS guys that I can't seem to get maxed.
Yeah, and I think that chances and those things and this little officer pass will suddenly become an officer pass for people to sort of be aware of like little updates and stuff. So when that cycles round to officers you want and you're struggling to get, you'll suddenly go, that'll be the time where I'll invest $40 on it because it becomes something you're looking for to. I think giving people value.
These are original officers. I shouldn't have to invest nothing into them.
No. But what I mean is, there will be more sourcing with regards to these officers. I have no doubt that whatever update and very lovely refresh to Alliance tournaments will be one that is valuable to a lot of players to catch up on. We made them aware that Alliance tournaments is a place where loads of people will chase things and want to, put their hard-earned time into, and that'll be something they're sort of looking forward to. So,
we get a little quibble of something, even if it's not all the way there. You wait for the next one.
Yeah,
you get the other half or whatever. I mean, because there's even primes out there that are years old.
Yes,
years, and you can't unlock them for free. Or no sourcing at all for them. And
yeah, absolutely, I absolutely agree. I promise you,
not super helpful at my level, but might be. I don't know. I don't have it, so I don't know if it's helpful or not.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree. I promise you that we will do that. I want to give Smoke Signals because I've seen him jump on and up. Smoke Signals, do you want to jump on, buddy? Unmute yourself and let me know what you'd like to say, buddy. Welcome in.
Thank you.
No worries.
I was going back to what we were saying earlier about the if they lowered the price of packs, the lower level players and the mid level players. I'm Ops 58.
Okay, 58.
Now the first thing I spent on, I am free to play now, but the first thing I spent on was back in 2020. I can't remember the deal. I think it was the Franklin.
Okay. Yes.
And you got a free builder with it, a free building slot.
Yes.
For $20.
Yeah.
I jumped on that right away because I think I was Ops 20 at the time. I was like, well, that's going to be valuable. And now if you look at all these players that didn't jump on that, and now they're going, I wish we had that available to us. Or a free-to-play way would be great too.
Yeah.
But the only thing when buying in this game, and I play every day. I'm retired, disabled. I play every day. I have time more than I have money. So that's what I do. I grind for everything.
Yes.
If we could have a free-to-play way to get a building slot or that would be a great benefit for all the low-level players up through the mid-ops, to Ops 60.
Well, I can tell you they're listening because I got a response saying that this feedback has been sent up. So thank you very much for bringing those up because I think things like that and then hearing it from the players is very valuable for them to understand that even the free builder and the free research would be amazing. Even for $5, people probably look at it. MJ Hat's biggest fan has started following us, which is really weird, MJ Hat, because he's following me, which is kind of odd. He says, I find value in a lot of stuff. My first purchase was a builder slot as well. I still only have one research queue, which is important. Retro Fury says, I love the choose your own packs that had a different prime and avatar options about the $50 options of each type. We have brought up the feedback to them saying your $100 ones, well, great with the choice. You should be $50 options and give us different things, which are really important and to do. I'm going to give Yendis the floor before we go to legendary Shockwave Prime to talk with him on Shockwave's Corner. Yes, Yendis.
All right, man, I won't take up much time.
No,
but
go ahead.
I've noticed a few things. One thing that they need to be aware of.
Yes.
These hardcore whales are not going to grind. They're not going to spend days and days and days grinding something out. So if they put it to a grind, we'll grind it. But the whales ain't going to grind it. They're still going to spend their money.
Yeah.
Two other things.
Yeah.
Vengeance. I just had to tell somebody.
Yeah.
I finally got the vengeance.
Amazing.
And listen,
Great
I'm
news.
having a lot of fun in this game.
Yeah.
And I got those. I'm working on those 4 primes. I think they're at the end of Outpost.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a good get right there. Those are good primes. You need that one for the waves. You need the other 3 for several things. I mean, just you guys got to look around and apply yourself. Not just sit in front of your computer and say, "Oh, I can't find it."
Yeah.
Ask people. Be friends with people.
Well,
we help everybody.
This is what this was what Discord is for. This is what this stream is for. So people can genuinely come up, ask questions, and ask them in their own voice, feel, or if they want to text it, then we can discuss it. Like Crazy said, they should offer quarter packs of everything, and everything should be grindable as well as be able to be bought, which is great. So it's your point, Yendis. Definitely.
Well, Nigel, you're one of the best ways to get information. There's 3 people that are good, but you're one of the best because you're concise.
Yeah.
And you encompass it all. You don't just tell a little bit and then not tell us how to do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, do it this way. Use this. CT. Use this FT.
Yeah.
And go get them, guys. You know what I mean? You don't just say, "Yeah, put him as captain," and then not tell us anything else. I mean, and without that information, it takes hours to find the right crews. So I really appreciate coming here and learning from you guys. You and listen, I know your arch enemy, Netniv and Nigel. I know you guys are, but you guys are the best.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
I learned from DJ too, though. I got to give him his props. And Samo's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Samo taught me about waves.
Yeah, 100%. I absolutely agree with you. I think you've got really important. I think all the CCs, find your voice, find the people that you really enjoy. Ultimate DJs does things in his way, and it's real good style, and people can enjoy that. It's a hangout style. Griffin does it in a super way. Tarpy does it in her way with her mathematics and the things that she brings to the game, and she helps a lot of the community. Jules Verne, you've got Netniv, you've got Quasel, you've got Pseudo, you've got all of them, and you've got a great way to do it. For me here...
Lostin's good too.
Yeah, Lostin's my boy. Lostin's like the grandfather I've always wanted, so it's absolutely awesome to have him. So, which I take the piss off. I love Lostin. And also, don't forget you go Jason V cursed, because he's been cursed, obviously, by being going to the dark side. But Jason V cursed has got lot of things to bring in, and that's the beauty. But here, what I want to bring is a collective where you hear the minds of a lot of players all coming together in one way. Because at the end of the day, my aim is to always, I'm never be nasty to any or ever diss any other person. There's no point, because I believe everyone's equal and have their thing. You've got Iron Fister, who's got a style about alliances and really passionate about. That's absolutely awesome. Major Samo has got her styles with loads of things. All the Warp Drive 5 people have got amazing styles. You've got Tibbs with his info. Loads of people have got great things. Here, I'm trying to be concise, collective, and bring stuff together and give as much back to this community who I truly love and adore. Like Zibble came up to me and says that he would love if they would do a $20 pack to double the crew save slots, divide into 2 columns like PvE, PvP. We have so many different crews now, like Outpost need 3 slots. It would surely help a ton, and with a free-to-play, say, over 60 days. He's an Op 71, and a few of the uncommon or from 72, and I just... for Syndicate to get the preset for free. That's the people that chase it. Also,
another thing
Yeah.
You know the thing you click on that looks like a little looks like a little funnel where it tells you ISO, defense, mining, and all that in officers, where you can, kind of pick your genre of what you want to look through. They need a slot for PvP or PvE.
Yeah.
That would help immensely. And that wouldn't be hard to code. They could do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, and also they could do an officer filter. They could do the research. So people that are listening, right? We do have Paramount here as well. So Paramount hopefully will push them. Paramount Studios, some people want Starfleet Academy back. I'm just going to say that word. Just up to you how you do it. We will have a chat about it because we're bringing some Q&As.
Lower decks.
Yeah, or lower decks back again. But the key thing for you to understand is for the people at the STFC development team and Digit, and not Scopely, because Scopely, the company, are different. Scopely, the company, like, Monopoly Go is successful, Pokemon Go is really successful. This is a different team. So the team that deals with this, what we'd like is simple little hacks. Just search bars everywhere and bulk refines everywhere. That's the two main aspects that will make a lot of players happy, as well as a working and stable game. So the stability becomes a very, very important thing. So Tech One, as I was trying to explain earlier, when there is lag now, that is them putting a hotfix on. So when a hotfix goes on for 30 minutes, you will get some sort of lag. So when they put these hotfixes in, they're probably trying to put more fixes. They're probably trying to, Endersor, thank you for gifting bulk refine. Is that a tier 1 gift? That's really kind of you. And thanks you for following people. I try and keep an eye deal on this activity feed. But
Nigel?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Nigel, to that end, it would be good for them to communicate, because all those players, again, and this is assuming people are even following the Discord announcements.
Yes.
It would be good for them to say, hey, we're going to be, like just when they did the res, when they did all of that, the maintenance, right? These are hot fixes. So players won't see any, they'll see disruption in the game, but they're not going to realize that this is behind the scenes maintenance to fix things.
Yeah.
They should give us some kind of a window so that people can feel like, okay, I see what's going on, right? We just got to bear through this for the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yes.
And I don't know how long they think that they're going to rapidly keep doing the hot fixes, but some kind of messaging should go out to that. Because people are just feeling like, okay, it did the maintenance, we didn't see the fix, and now we're seeing lag. Now we don't understand, and then something was broken, but now it's working, and it's just like we don't know. It's like we don't know why it's working. We don't know if it was really broken. So some kind of messaging of something, right? To say we know this did. The maintenance didn't fix everything. We're applying, but what it did is allow us to run some hotfix stuff. So you'll be impacted, but won't be physically in maintenance as we're doing these things for whatever they want to say.
And we have brought this up to them, which is why the IGN went out, but I don't know why an official announcement in Discord did not go out. But anyways,
I know why they're not doing it.
Yeah, go on.
It's because they're afraid of the backlash because they can't deliver on anything they tell us they're going to do. So they've just decided, well, we're not going to tell you anything, because we don't think we can get it right, so we're just going to wait and see what happens, and then maybe say something about it later.
Yeah, you're just going to have players drop off, though, and we're talking a lot. What's funny is we talked a lot about how they could monetize the game. I don't know if you guys realize, but we just spent at least 20 minutes talking about that.
Yeah.
Right? How they could better monetize it, or change the game so they could better monetize it for themselves if they're actually listening properly. Yeah. And that is incremental packs. Incremental ways that players can boost their performance in the game. Because a 40-level player, yes, they don't want to be a 70-level player. If they did, they would spend the bigger packs. Okay, but if they want to be incrementally better, or they've got an extra $10 to spend, hey, we all know there's an energy. There, because of what's going on globally, there's a little bit of an energy change. There's obviously some drag on everybody's economies because of what's kind of going on.
Yeah.
So people, if you, like you said though, if I'm not getting coffee out every day, that's maybe $20 I can throw at something that I'll enjoy. That, hey, I really wanted to get this so I can participate with my friends. Yeah. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
We're trying to play. We're trying to be a community that can play with and enjoy the game together. So those incremental packs, not a bad idea.
Yeah, and correct. Yeah, it's definitely thing. Just give me a chance to get through the chat because I've got to make sure I give these price points in. Luke Sar says 2 main things for me: improve the game performance, especially when switching between different game windows, event buckets, UI rework for events. Need a better overview with all the parallel events. Add bulk collection to faction stores and gift section. That is, gift section's already got some, so that's definitely something that's valuable. Riskbreaker says funny if they're scared if they do, they're screwed if they do and they're screwed if they don't. That is the problem with the community. Can't please everyone. No, I agree, and that's something that we need to try and teach, which is what we do here. I've always told you guys, and I said it about 2.5 months ago. I said, change the way you believe what completion is, what completing the day is, or completing a battle pass is. Completion is when you achieve what you want to achieve, and you get what you want to get out of the rewards. If you get bonus things more, like today, I told people, and Murphy did the same thing. I pulled the Syndicate just by fluke. I didn't pull it in the morning because I was filming, and I managed to do it at lunchtime, which is when my reset is. And I was like, oh my God, I managed to get a couple of tiers of that heroic Syndicate thing. And that is, something that made life a lot amazing for me. And I went, oh my God, I can go another further tier in FCM data, but also the Maverick credits are insane. So but I can do it if needed. CJ Becker says, make it easier to find tasks and events I haven't finished yet. Annex Boy says, can't wait to see the new Alliance tourney next time. Hopefully be rid of this re-roll disaster. Yeah, hopefully they'll come up with whatever differentiating solution or different, or what did they say, that there will be some sort of exchange type setup to it. Whatever they do, it'll be great to see. But that's something we can discuss when we see it and when it comes. So hopefully in about 4 weeks' time, we can have a look at that because it'll be in the middle of the next arc. And then we can see whether we like this. Obviously, the next thing that's going to be popping up, which I think would be quite important, is that Shockwave Prime, I haven't given you the floor yet, buddy. What would you like to say?
First and foremost, I want to apologize for not being here for a majority of the discussion.
No.
Very rarely do I have a client call, and that's exactly what happened at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
So I apologize for that.
No, don't be. That's ridiculous.
More so than that, though, I think that, Chris brought up a point that I don't quite agree with, and that is, if somebody is an Ops 40, why would they want to spend to be an Ops 70? And the reason that I don't agree with that is because not everyone is from the same walk of life. And I think one of the things, I agree with the point, though, overall, that Scopely could do a better job of monetizing certain things, like creating a $20 value pack or something like that. And I think that that's what's missing. And
yeah,
one of the things that you have to consider when you are kind of doing when you're kind of doing these, putting these packs up for sale or putting really anything out there, is who are we really catering to? And up until this point, it's been, quote, big spenders.
Yes.
And while there are $9.99 packs out there every now and then, or $19.99 packs, especially with the Battle Pass, I think that they could do a better job of monetizing. Instead of one big unlock pack, maybe you can buy 3 or that are $19.99 each, or whatever. I think that would be a smart thing to go about doing this, because maybe someone wants to play when they get paid every paycheck or something like that. And I think that would be a smart way to go about doing it, and a way that sometimes Scopely falls a little bit short. And when it comes down to that, I think that that's an area that they could use some major improvement on, is how they monetize the game, and who they market to overall, and to consider that not everyone has the $100 expendable income, but also that I know several people, for example, that would pay $9.99 to get something valuable in return, but maybe not $99.99. And I think that there's more of those people in this game than Scopely themselves would probably care to admit.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I think a lot of your points are valid towards that. I know Beastwell wants to jump in about the Syndicate, and I know Zedacron wants to jump in as well. So Beastwell.
Yeah, so just something Shockwave said there. I think the majority of the player base is they spend $10 or $20 or $30 over $100 pack, and they don't get that option. And there needs to be options like that. As far as the syndicate event, and I brought this up to you once before with the weekend, and granted, one of these is a G7 event, one's not. The faction rep that runs on the weekend that gives black apps and mega shards.
Yeah.
And the syndicate event. Why are they adding events to the game that there's no benefit for players to do? I have max black ops and Mbenga. I'd love to have an event I could compete in, but there's no reason for me to. The syndicate event, I max syndicate. Why would I go buy $100 pack to complete this event or whatever's needed when that's no benefit to me? Because if I wait for the next syndicate expansion, I'm going to get a lot more than 3 million XP out of it. There should never be an event that a player can't get a realistic reward out of.
Yeah.
Rather than having an event that you either have to pay for or you can't compete in at all because you've already completed everything that event rewards.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And Graham Pike, I will tell you that the bonus BP, main BP, will never come back at the moment. We have asked so many times. It's an economy buster, I think. And I think they just like to control it within these battle pass. They'd rather add another battle pass than give you the main one again with your choice tokens. And that is something to be wary of. And it is a morale builder. I do agree. Bird Vom C says, "Are we ever going to get external ports for the accelerator? They've been out of stock for weeks now. That, for example, the feature that's included, so it's pointless." Yeah, I think a lot of stuff is going to be updated soon. Also, have unlock passes, says Foxtus, which I think is something that he would love to see. Lady Command says we used to have those. Wicked, thanks for cheering for one single tiny teeny weeny bit, even though it's teeny weeny. Well, I need to use a microphone glass, but I'll have a look. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Endersword says, I think 2 is the fallacy that an Ops 40 pays $50 and Ops 70 pays $500. Scopely seem to expect your spending to increase as you level up, but that's not how people play. People expect whatever they spend level to hold a similar value throughout their playing career. Absolutely spot on, Endersword, with another world-class suggestion. And you do. Some people will buy everything, he says, to max through. It becomes a present to a millionaire or billionaire at some point, which is quite key. Retrieving says, I guess I crossed the stream, and this is... no, Mex, don't say that. Retrieving, I work incredibly hard to bring so many different players here. It genuinely upsets me when people point at that and saying that is all we spoke about, which is incorrect. We've had Lady Command coming in saying that. We had Smoke come in, who spoke at an Ops 58 level. We had NetNiv come in, who's who plays at a decent pace at Ops 67. We've had Killer Angel, who's been sat at 70 for the rest of his life. Zedacron, you've got an open door here, buddy. Please do have a chat. Please don't speak about something that requires spending, so more people can continuously do this to me.
Nigel, can I hop in right there?
This spending thing, honestly, actually a big quality of life improvement thing that Scopely could do. I can't remember who mentioned it about the event bucket sorting, but the daily bucket folder that has Pinnacle of Power in it for G5 plus players, it would be huge beneficial to have that at the very front of the events menu, instead of having to scroll through and try to find it randomly.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree. And I think that's something that they could do with that. Yes, Shockwave Prime, jump in, buddy.
I think that, if somebody's listening to what we're saying and they're hearing just whale talk, I think that's kind of the perception that they're going to hear. Weekly, I give free-to-play ideas or how things could benefit free-to-play. I think everybody on this panel would agree with that. I see Sniper out there; he knows that as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge misconception that we're looking out for the whales and the whales only. That's simply not true. We give away I give away a lot of free to play ideas, and I know other people on the panel do as well. And it's not just about finding value for the player, though. To an extent, it also has to benefit Scopely, and having kind of a micro pack would absolutely benefit both.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, you have more people, like Diclo said, from my statement, you have more people out there that would pay $9.99 or $19.99 on a pack than you would paying $49.99 or $99.99. And at one point or another, they had a $139 pack or something like that. So you've got more micro spenders than you do big spenders. And Scopely, if they really wanted to monetize things, that's all we're saying is that it would be beneficial for Scopely to tap into that market. And they tried to do that with the weekly pack, but the problem is if you bought a weekly pack for $9.99, what was the next thing you saw in your thing? It was what, $29.99 or $39.99, and then it topped out at $49.99.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
that's not.
Yeah, I get it, but let's not talk about packs or money. I'm just trying and provide a balanced view as best as I can. I shouldn't have, it's just I work incredibly hard, and it takes one thing to just make it a little bit harder for me when I really put the effort in.
That shouldn't be the case, because no one should come here and think that that's the perception, especially if they listen week after week after week.
Yeah.
Because you would know that Nigel advocates for paid for free to play. I advocate for free to play. Everyone on this panel at one point has advocated for free to play. And for someone to come up there and say that Nigel is not doing it, it's ridiculous.
No, I think it's misunderstood. I see George is here. Hey, George, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Nigel?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad to go. Just been a long day filming. But yes, go ahead. George, the floor is yours, buddy. Go ahead.
I was just, you said to drop it. I was going to drop it. I'm going to drop it.
No.
I think Scopely did a big mistake with the weekly pack, because I could say that was a big help for a lot of people, because you had 2.99 packs together combined for an average player. I bought it always. I do the ticket event every weekend when we have ARC. And when the ticket comes, I'd rather buy the $49.90, the $50 one, but I buy the $50 on the weekly one because I get free speed ups extra instead of just one thing. I would love if Scopely upgraded that, put the Squale and the other ships together.
Yes.
For people. That weekly pack was a nice pack. They could change it, do something like that, or make something better in the packs.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree. But
their game, their Monopoly Go game, and the other Pokemon Go game, they have $100 pack, $50 pack, $75, $20, and they scale it down.
Mm-hmm.
They should do this in Starfleet Command, because a lot of other older one, like Strike 4s and all those, they had packs.
Absolutely.
Yes, the 99 was the best value, but smaller ones.
If you would excuse me for a second, George, Rizbreaker, I do agree, which is why I corrected myself. It is not about me. I'm just trying to balance this as best as I can, because loads of people have loads of opinions, and I take every single piece of feedback really seriously, and I work incredibly hard to balance the views depending on what we get. So absolutely correct. George, the weekly packs, they're taking away, but it doesn't mean they're going to disappear. They hopefully will change them to something a little bit more interesting, like the choice packs that we used to have previously, which gives you a choice. So your $50 can go further within a choice of things, hopefully, or your $20 or your $40 of stuff. But also, something they've been doing is the supply drop every Monday, which gives you just, a drop of resources every Monday, which I think is a very valuable thing. Yes. George, finish your thought. We'll go to Crisito, then we'll go to Chris Pike.
Oh, so the other one is for everybody. Nigel, I know me and Nigel have our thing, but Nigel has done a lot amazing. Actually, not Nigel, but Nigel as a leader for this Voice of Flair. We've done a lot here. Actually had Scopely changed their events this week.
Yeah.
They didn't announce it. They should have announced it.
Yeah.
But Luke got a little bit upset. But we've done it here. Guys, we always, every week we talk about it. And I'll say this. I think they've listened more in this thing, because I am a VIP here, than in our VIP. I think they listen more here because there's a lot more people here, different age group, not G groups,
but
and
also
different spending, different all.
But also not to make them not listen anymore because they're over listening here. Yes, Crisito.
So I think Nigel and something that's pretty apparent, and I try to at least come from my side. right? I'm going to come to you and I'm going to bring what the perspective from my position and my thing is, right? I'm not going to try to say, hey, for a free to play player, do this, or for a free to play there, right? I'm going to tell you or bring up, hey, Nigel, from my perspective, this is what's going on.
Agreed.
And I think there is a challenge, right? Where why I think this community is a little bit different is the fact that you do have that diversity where players are able to then be able to speak from their perspective for them. I know that there's a lot of us that want to speak for our teammates,
yes,
and what they think they are. And I'll be honest, I get it. If we're in the whale community, so to speak, it doesn't matter how much we empathize with them. We're not them. And so it's very hard for us to come across that way, right? Like, yeah, I can sit and be like, oh, the free to play players, they need this stuff. Guess what? I don't know what that is. I'm not even going to try to do it.
Yeah.
So I think that's something too to take a grain of salt, and even with the community to understand that hopefully there's a way for us to be able to give ideas and express things that, hey, this is what I'm seeing now in there. You know, I did see the comment, right? I think there's only so much time, so many events that they can put out. And well, I would love to see them be able to quote unquote make an event that's relevant for my ops level where I'm at in the game and give me my specific challenges. That's just not the reality. It's never going to get there. They're not the kind of company that can do that. They don't have the infrastructure to pull that off. So in most cases, we are going to see events that don't apply to us. And that's okay, right? That just means I can go look at it, see Syndicate and be like, man, I wish I was able to get that. Guess what? I'm not in that target group. That's just not for me, and I move on. Now, that may mean I need to have some events, or I have no events like we did when we were in G7, right? We didn't have events for the first month. Okay, that just sucks. I guess that just means I go grind and do whatever. And I think, to be honest and fair, I think that's where we as a community need to make sure to have some retrospective, and I'm going to get yelled at for blaming the players or victim, whatever it is. What I'm saying is make sure, especially when we've got people from Scopely and other places listening in, to make sure that we are providing a good message. That why it is we may not like it. Right? Hey, I'm not able to do anything in game today. None of these events were good for me. That doesn't mean, oh, they suck. They didn't put anything out there. It's just, guess what? You just have nothing to do today. Go outside. And as KJ likes to say, go outside, step on grass, you know, enjoy the sun or do whatever it is, right? And I think that's okay to have.
Yeah, true.
Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out because, again, we've got to sometimes kind of quote unquote check ourselves as far as not every event, not every piece of content in the game is for every single player.
Agreed. Shockwave.
Sorry, rant over.
I'll kind of go on. You know, I'll ride that coattail with something I said a couple weeks ago, and I think it's important because sometimes we get lost in what we say up here about, you know, not just benefiting the player, but it also Scopely is a business, and that's something KJ says a lot when he's on stage. Is, you know, Scopely is a business, so our ideas also have to be good for them. Well, I said something a couple weeks ago. You know, why don't we shorten the free-to-play track for ships and buildings, or ships especially, not so much buildings, but, you know, make a instead of 100 days, make it 60, make it 2 arcs wide. And a lot of people agree. A lot of people like that idea, obviously, because it speeds up their progression. But here's why it's good for Scopely. Number one, you don't have people, like Cruzito said, we don't know all in all about what, you know, our alliance mates and other players are feeling, but we do have a sense of that general struggle from when we read alliance chat, like, oh, hey, I don't have this or this ship, or I don't have that ship or this ship. Well, here's why that would help Scopely even. A, you are giving you are speeding up a progression track so that somebody could see how it can benefit their game. And maybe if they see how they can benefit their game, at that point, maybe they invest in a pack for those parts. That's what I did with the Dauntless. I did that exact thing with the Dauntless. When I started realizing what it could do for me, when it started getting the tier 7, because originally I only unlocked the ship. And then I went back and I bought that pack that they had on sale with the over the 20 days. You could redeem for the Dauntless parts. So that would still benefit them. And then the big benefit to Scopely is you don't have so many players cycling through so many loops.
Yeah.
That frees up players' time in order to then explore the game more and see if then in turn they want to invest in another aspect of the game
Yeah.
instead of being bogged down in another. So you have two things. It's not that we're just catering to, one demographic of people all at the same time, all of a sudden. Now we're catering to people that may have different play styles. And not only is that a benefit to the player, it's a benefit to Scopely because it gives their targeting ads, their ads targeting, their algorithm a little bit more information on how to target sales to other people.
Yes.
So if you do decrease that length of time for free to play to get these new ships, you are helping yourself, even though it doesn't seem like it, because you're making a lighter workload for the player. You're allowing them to explore, and you're allowing them to say, okay, I see how this benefits me now. Maybe now I'll buy a $49.99 pack where you wouldn't have gotten anything from that player had they taken the long way and did it over 100 days when that is no longer applicable to your game.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that Scopely, I think, needs to hear from us.
Yeah.
They need to hear how it benefits them. And that is a huge benefit when it comes to shortening from 100 to 60. That is a big one.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Fantastic stuff as well. We do have Endersword just popped in as well. Endersword, you like to jump in, buddy? Lovely to have you here for the first time. How you doing?
Hey, thank you. Yeah, just to kind of extend on that,
Yeah.
I've recently, a few times, I've created an alt just to see what's the game like now for a free-to-play player and
Nice.
like basically what's the speed. And I started one about 5 months ago. That account free to play, except for the Ferengi Battle Pass, which I think is the only one that's worth it, is now level 52. But what's interesting is kind of the pacing of the game is very actually heavy on giving you the mid-tier specialty ships.
Yes.
So you can unlock like the level 40 ones very quickly. But at level 52, I don't have a Disco yet. I don't have a Franklin A.
Yeah.
I don't have a Fisha, things like that, because those are actually earlier in the game and they're way, way slower. It takes several months to get them because they have a prerequisite of finish your Franklin first and upgrade it. The other thing that really, really stood out to me is the move strongly away
Wow,
from faction
Ballyboom.
anything.
Jesus
And
Christ.
basically, yeah.
What was that?
But he just
I don't know, that's nice.
Ballyboom,
but yeah,
100?
that's pretty
Gifted?
good.
Niv, is
Pretty
that
good.
right?
Yeah.
What?
Which one?
Yeah.
Wow, Ballyboom, you
Yeah, he
wonderful
gifted
man.
100.
Endersword, I'm just gobsmacked.
No problem.
Ballyboom, I love
That
you. I'm
was
going to
worth
say
the
something.
interruption. It
Endersword,
was worth the interruption.
finish your thought. It's important to get this info. Wow.
Yeah, just that I was going to say too that they move strongly away from faction ships. So again, at level 52, the last faction ship I built was at level 28, and there's no need to make one up. Not only is there no need to, you don't get enough credits to.
Yeah,
So even
agreed.
if you're kind of pulling your credits all day, you don't have enough to be able to do it. So a lot of the game comes at you really quick, but then a lot of the legacy parts of the game are still very, very slow.
Yes.
So I think a lot of the people joining the game maybe in the last year
Yes.
are not even in the same game loop
Agreed.
that we're in.
Yeah.
Like, so I think they need to kind of smooth out the pacing, and they've got a few things where they really try and lock you on how quickly you can get something. Like
Yeah.
they still do this thing where there's an event store, but you can only pull 25 blueprints.
That's true.
And I think if they kind of move away from that and let people go at the pace they're going,
Yes.
then I think it's going to get people to their desired levels and
Oh, that's a good
whatever
point.
it is a lot faster than, because it's clear that Scopely wants people in like 55 plus.
Yeah.
But then they've created a lot of strange hitches in terms of getting there. And another huge one, and I know it's been brought up in the past, is the officer badges.
Yeah.
The
Oh, God.
only real source, yeah. The sourcing is one, the disco, which, as I said, I don't even have on that new account.
Yeah.
And the Alliance store, where
Yeah.
you'd have to spend everything you got on these officer badges. So basically, what I've seen from a lot of players, and a lot of my own alliances, like mid-60 players,
Yeah.
when you look through their officer tab, they've got 50 officers that they could upgrade that they are not, because they're rationing the badges. And I'm sure that Scopely doesn't want people to do that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely
that's
agree.
exactly what they're doing. And just, there's a lot of things that I feel that they think has a value that they're unwilling to give away, but they don't realize that by giving it away, you would actually create more value. And someone brought it up like an hour ago
Yeah, true.
of what's the point of getting these new officers if I don't have the Maverick credits to upgrade them? It's the same with these badges. If they want to sell these packs and officers and they want people to chase things,
Yes.
they got to be able to upgrade them,
Absolutely agree.
or else they're not going to do it.
Yeah, absolutely
Anyway,
agree.
that was long.
Yeah, you know, you got McShiz agreeing, you got loads of people agreeing. Ballyboom, honestly, beyond generation. I'm going to make sure Amy Winehouse Foundation get every single ounce of that. That is one of the most generous things. I thank you, buddy. I need to give you something in DMs. But Ender Swords bring up a very good point. I'm just trying to keep it on point here, in that is a very valid point. And I think you're right, Ender Sword. I think the mid-ops is becoming a lot of fun stuff, and a lot of people are enjoying that fine for it. And people... Yeah, and you're finding that it works, because my mid-ops one that I'm on 49, I'm really enjoying. And I'm finding that I can access everything. Officer badges is something very important. We have asked them to extend the ones in the Alliance Tournament store from 20 to like 50 and then drop the price down, or put it in the Officer Depot token store, which I think is very important. Wow, it's just level 12 hype train. What is going on, Undersword? What a way to kick off. It's either your comment, or but Shockwave Prime would like to take full credit on that one. Shockwave, you did it, buddy.
Give him the credit. It was too soon into me talking to be me.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that generous donation to the Amy Winehouse Foundation.
Yeah.
I take full credit in giving the idea that led to that. So thank you very much. I'll stand up and take a bow.
He's got to take his positive one because he had the bad one the last time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
You know, that's exactly what I'm doing up here too, because I got to make up for last week's debacle, which I'm still apologizing for to this day.
No, absolutely incredible. But it shows, this is what I mean, and this is what makes me really happy. It's that there's a door open here for them to hear from every single aspect and every single that. And you saw what Endersword does. Also, Endersword's got a terrific YouTube channel. I do watch a lot of his content. He's got very good videos. Please do follow Endersword. Don't be shy to put it onto Twitch, and I'm sure NetNiv can pin it for us as well, because you know, things like that are really important to hear about. Things like that are very good to see. Loads of people have got that. If you can pin it up for me, there you go. It's pinned up by NetNiv. Thank you. It shows that people, generosity, brilliance. Ballyboom, honestly, buddy, I'm going to send you a gift, because that is way, 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 way too kind, sir. And I honestly appreciate it in every way. And we're on level 12 already. While we're here, we'll take a minor break, and I'll just show you that my cherry tree, at the end of this month, will be able to give away 2 PCs from my cherry tree. We will have a code. When you get the code, it gives you a huge discount as well, and benefits. So 5% goes to charity when you purchase using the code. 5% will be donated to 5 $100 packs. For the community. If you'll have a look at the screen, this is what we're going to give away at the end. It's a Klingon PC, as you can see, worth $2,799, whatever that is. That'll be going to be amazing. They do those. They have official things, and there's characters in there. I'm going to flick through and show people what is happening and in there. So the idea is you must be at least following the channel for at least 21 days plus from today or from the next stream on Saturday. So tell people to start following, because we just need, that's the only thing I want in return. The follow is free, and then you get part of it. You're a subscriber, you get one extra entry in, and you know, so on and so forth with the tiers and everything that goes with that. You come up with the that is very nice generosity of my cherry tree incorporated. That is the sexy Klingon, and I'll show you the sort of specs for it. It's all the way down here. This is where they show us. It's got an Intel i9 14 gen. We're going to be gifting that in 30 days time. So I want to do a little competition, 30 days starting from Sunday when we stream. Just tell everybody to join to a Sunday stream, to just be part of it and to do that. I'd love to gift that to someone, especially someone who, hasn't got anything incredible, which is absolutely fantastic. And that is what it is. But we also have the Federation Edition, which you can choose, same specs, but it's a Federation type, and the Borg Cube Edition, which Jason V-Neck desperately wants. Look at that. That's a V-Cube and a half. Which is amazing. I know, Jeff Games, I hope you get it. The Klingon one, yes. The Borg one, yes. And we will be gifting that in 30 days. Just keep joining all that stuff. Ballyboom, you'll be amazing. We've got 30 seconds left in the level 12. We're 26 subs, but we've done quite a lot. So I appreciate that. I will be gifting away quite a lot in marbles with that as well. But I think that's kind of cool. Shockwave Prime, this has your name on it. You look like a Klingon. You feel like a Klingon, but you're an Autobot in every way. So that looks kind of cool for you, don't you?
Decepticon.
Decepticon, actually.
Yeah, Decepticon.
Yeah.
Also, sorry. Yeah. The Romulan one cloak. Yeah.
Despite my good intentions, definitely Decepticon.
Yeah, and also we will be giving away a lot of things like this. I'll show you because they have a lower dex version, but we're giving away some Klingon Sword of Kalis, and so on and so forth, and things like that. So, my cherry tree, thank you so much. I will appear. Thank you very much. What a hype train that is. That's one of the greatest. Ballyboom, I love you, money, buddy. I'm sending you a gift, and I don't really care. You're going to be forced to accept it. But they've got loads of stuff. So, mycherrytree.com, My Cherry Incorporated, have been wonderful. They're supporting us as an affiliate now. Very kind of them. And I said, all I want to do is gift the community.
But super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. Fine.
Yeah, that's really kind of them. And also, we can give someone a PC. How cool is that? That would be really nice. So,
Speaking of the Transformers call out there, people from Paramount here.
Yes.
Paramount. I love you guys, by the way. I'm a member of your streaming service. You guys also own the right to a nifty little franchise called Transformers.
Yes.
And there was at one point a Transformers Star Trek crossover.
Oh my,
that
no.
happen in the game?
Don't listen to him.
Nigel doesn't want it.
No.
But I think it would be great to do Transformers X Star Trek. So let's make that happen, Paramount. I will write it for you. I will do
for
everything
God's
that
sake.
you want to do for it. For a very nominal fee. Let's make it happen. I think everybody wants this. I think everybody wants this. That if you want Transformers X Star Trek, type yes in the comments below. Let's make it happen. Let's show the people from Paramount that are watching right now. Show the people from Scopely. Their last crossover was good. Let's make it even better this time. Let's hear the Daniel Bryan. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do you know what's really funny? Shockwave Primes comes up with a great idea, Crisito, and then absolutely dives with a bad one. Crisito, surely not. You're a fan of this. Surely not.
I am absolutely. I think it would be okay. I do not think we should. Wait, hold on. Let me finish.
Yeah.
I don't think, though, Shockwave should be anywhere near it, though, at all.
We absolutely should be.
Right.
We should.
Absolutely. Keep them away from it as much as
Are you
possible.
guys infected with the George virus?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Crisito, stop fence sitting. Make a choice. Come on. Thanks, and Var Warrior, very kind of you to subscribe. That's really kind of you. Thank you again.
I am
Crisito.
all about any content, right? The crossing over all that, because it can be fun.
Yes.
Right. I think that's the thing, right? Yes, there are purists, and I get it 100%, right? But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, and as long as they do it the right way, who cares, right? There was I don't know if anybody caught it, but they had a really good Q&A the other day on Official with the narrative folks.
Yes.
And you can tell, right? And again, whether that's the narration piece, and I know a lot of other CCs have talked about it, the narration piece is actually really cool. I know most of the folks just click through it, power through. Okay, I got to hurry up and get through my thing. Okay, got it. But the narration and the storytelling on there is actually, they do a phenomenal job on it. So anytime that they can do that, I think it's great. I think it would bring in, honestly, some new blood and some more blood into the game, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think that generally the idea is bad. But I also am not, just strictly tied to the lore that everything must be perfect according to the Star Trek universe, because reality, Star Trek itself was doing things that were just not necessarily within its own lore, right? I mean, they had mirror, but they just went bonkers across the way. So I think it's good.
Yes.
I think just really one of the things too that I wanted to bring up, just with the generosity and everything that's here.
Wow.
I think the one thing that we, especially in this community, Nigel, like I said, the diversity on here is pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Because you do have a lot of new players. You do have a lot of veterans that have been around forever. You got spenders, you got non-spenders, you got everything, right?
Yeah.
I think the one thing too to kind of keep in mind, and if Scopely's hearing on this, right?
Yeah.
I have absolutely loved seeing a lot of these new streamers that are going out with their new accounts.
Agreed.
And the game seems absolutely fun. I don't know
Yes.
that I'm necessarily going to go start a new account to do it because I'm too busy doing this other one. But I do think to some extent, there is a portion of the community, and I'll call out Retrieving just because I know where he's at, where he's been playing for almost the entire 7 years.
Yeah.
Right. And he may be a light to no spender area.
Wow.
And
yeah.
I think the
Incredible.
one challenge is that they're doing a lot for the new players, and that's great.
Yes.
But there are a lot of players that have been in the game for a very long time that are not spenders, and they're not going to be spenders, and they're not going to be big spenders.
Yes.
And then you have us on the whales that, right? I mean, Shockwave, I give him stuff all the time because he's a relatively new player for the game, but he's been around for about 2.5 years, right? But that's still new in the 7-year journey, and he's already 72. So there is some sort of chasm that's going on right now where as they're trying to bridge that gap, they've got to recognize there's a group of players that are in the no man's land, if you will, right? They're not big enough, strong enough, or have all the goodies that the upper ones do, but they're too high to then really enjoy what's going on in the bottom level. And I think that's the one area that they have to communicate and work with to bridge that until they can kind of make it all nice and solid, right? I do think there is some good ideas and good things happening, but there is a good majority of players, or not necessarily a majority, but a good amount of players that are sitting in that area where because they don't spend or because they don't have everything, they just feel like it's just not good for them at all. And I think that's something that got to look at it.
Go on,
Can I
Beach.
just say something on that?
Yeah.
Just real quick, is that Cruzito is hitting it on the head there, because right now most of my G6 players aren't spenders and they're just getting frustrated with the game because it's like they want me to buy everything and aren't giving me anything. My 1 G3 and most of my G4s are happy, but that G5, G6 is lost somewhere in limbo right now of Scopely trying to force them to spend when they're not going to spend or just not give them anything.
Yeah. But which is
and I think that's important, right? And I don't know. I know did Putz leave? Are you still around, Putz? Because Putz I know but he's a hardcore player too, right?
Yeah, Putz
but there is that generation, and I kind of call it right, like the folks that are in the upper G6 or in that mid G6 right now, they're the lost generation, if you will, in this game.
Yeah.
Because they've got there, a lot of them because of grinding it hard, but realistically because they've been in the game.
Yeah.
Right. And so now the choice is spend, or you got to wait 2 years until we catch our mid ops up to where you're at. Right. And I just don't know that that's feasible at all. So I don't know what they have planned for them.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's some sort of like, hey, we know what, we've noticed that you've been in the game for 6-7 years or whatever it is, and you've been doing X, Y, and Z. We're going to assist you and help you get these things, right? Even as much as they want to target the spend, maybe they need to go ahead and do some sort of targeting for those players that are there that are a long time and have gone there through the grind, if you will.
Yeah.
That needs to be something to look at as well.
Feels like they're going the opposite direction too. So, and I think someone else kind of mentioned this earlier, but like it takes 4 months to unlock a ship free to play has now turned into it takes 4 months to unlock a ship if you use the double chest option, but to use the double chest, you need to spend the currency that people are using on the main arc. So you can't really afford to do it. So really it takes 7 months. And then when you get it 7 months later, it's at tier 1. But if you bought it the day the Arc came out, we gave you all these extra parts, then we gave you all these extra missions. So if you buy that $100 pack that used to save the paid player 3 months, 4 months, is now giving them like this 8 to 9 month advantage.
Wow. Yeah.
Just for that $100. And it's just because of the way we reward you for having it in the first place and whatever. So then by the time the person gets that ship, like, is anybody in the universe going to care about the Excelsior in 9 months?
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be for anything. And same with probably the Sphere and like whatever.
Yeah.
So it's very punitive if they don't get it right away.
Yeah.
And then they never really feel like they're catching up, especially in the other thing, like I say, a GS31.
Yeah.
They're really bad at, I'm going to put the catch-up mechanic in a paid service.
Yes.
So the thing that this is supposed to help you catch up on your ship parts.
Yeah.
But if you didn't spend that $100, then talk to me in 11 months when it's at a tier that it now gives you the grade of ship part you require. Like, and same with the Gorn ship, same with, like, all of that.
Yeah.
They sell the catch-up, they sell the free-to-play catch-up mechanic, and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And Retrieving comes up with a very good point. He says, I've always long said that the problems become mid, low, and no spend problems, whether it's a 6 to 18 months later down the line. I still remember advocating when G4 scrapping first came out, and all the whales at the time were poo-pooing the G4 scrapping returns, and all the low no spenders were lambasting the whales for complaining about it. I always advocate for the ideal gameplay for all players, from the whales down to free-to-play, all to new, and a lot of that means looking at the entire picture: economy, events, rewards, etc. Can't just target one thing and go ham over it, and most definitely can't advocate for no events that give X, Y, and Z. Retrieving, you bring up a very good point. You're very well respected. And if you ever want to jump onto the stage, you're very, very welcome, sir. And by the time free-to-play get their Excelsior to tier 10, they'll be able to use a G6 Epic Vengeance to kill the fighters, which is a pain. Karasatach says, I took the opinion that not buying the Sphere means there's a loop I'm skipping, so less to worry about. Yeah, agreed. And if they create more loops like that, Ender Sword brings up a very good point with that. And Omega Prime, who I absolutely love, he always comes up with great things. To Ender's point, the loops are fast and diminish the term catch-up mechanic because they're 4 to 5 loops away from a free-to-play unlock. Lighting Hawk says, I'm really angry that the Excelsior and how the progression of the ship slows down gameplay progression because the ship can't do what the next tier expects it to, i.e. tier 3 has to kill 55 fighters. Actually feels like the ship is meant to say lower tier if you want to use it. Well, no, I think it actually works at the right tier for the right level. Shockwave Prime, Chris Pike, you want to jump in before Shockwave Prime's announcement? What was you'd like to say?
Yeah, I certainly don't want to keep us from marbles or any other things. But real quick, so all right, Shockwave, I'm not quite a purist, but as long as we just keep it to Decepticons that can fly, then maybe that's acceptable to bring in.
Okay.
The second thing is I think what I'm kind of so I've also started over with a fresher, with a new account, kind of taking it over. So I do see the newer challenges and also some of the newer benefits. And I'm talking with the players that are in my lower ops bracket in my alliance, and they are having a good time just hanging out together, right?
Yes.
And playing the game at that space. And I think you're hearing the people who've had like a lower level account. The gameplay there isn't the same. If you've been in the game, the 6-7+ years that have been in the game.
Yeah.
So kudos to Scopely that part. We were the beta testers. We were the first ones. We trailblazed and carved that path. I mean, I remember when you couldn't stop a ship when you had to go send it somewhere.
Yeah.
So the game's come a long way. So I don't want to end on a negative in any way, but
no.
I think that if we can find opportunities to bring the ops together towards concerted goals, especially because we've created this mechanism of an alliance, that would be great. Because again, I respect the reasoning and the ops requirements that come from each of these segments, right? And what the 40 level player or a G3 player needs to do in order to progress their game or to play and have a good time and be a part of their community, and what those 55 plus need to do. I get that. To Analogous point, maybe there needs to be, some changes to that banding a little bit, maybe a third banding. I'm not really sure, but ultimately, I do think that you have alliances with multiple levels, and we shouldn't be being exclusatory. Whether it's money, they're all players. I don't really need to know what you're bankrolling to do to play the game. I just want to have fun and help you. If you're excited about playing the game, you love the IP. That's the person I want to play with because I'm excited about this IP.
Yeah.
Paramount, this is some great IP. I'm going to say that we are all here because we want to play in it and fantasize about being a part of it, and the player base just kind of wants to work. It's an MMO game, all right, and at the base level. And there's some challenges, there's technical challenges, we get that. But if we can get past some of those things, it's really about the community. It's about finding things to do together. And if you can compensate us all on that and giving us goals so we can help kind of feel like a team moving in a one way towards one direction, that would be ideal. That's kind of my last.
100%. And then Shockwave Prime, so you're going to finish off with a lovely announcement, sir.
Somebody that you know and that Cruzito knows would like to say something. Come here.
Uh-oh.
Come here.
Oh, no.
You're up.
Go
Little
ahead,
Shockwave
buddy.
would like to make an announcement.
Go on. Here we go.
Transformers and Star Trek.
There we go. Right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's
Little
the
Shockwave.
official dismissal of that never, ever, ever happening ever again. And he ends up on a funny note. As we move on, Ballyboom, you wonderful human being, you have started us off with marbles. We are going to go marbles. Let's go on Twitch. Let's go to marbles. Let's give away a lot of stuff. We'll give away some mugs and t-shirts and everything because Ballyboom's wonderful donation is going to get us there. Netniv, are you ready? For the battle between good and evil. Exclamation point play, and let's go. So the way it works, if you don't know how it works, you put exclamation point play in the chat, you end up joining, and then once you join, you have a chance to win. It's completely RNG based. However, if you throw 50 bits and more, you can cause some shenanigans, kill someone, thrust them, ice them, hold them, touch them, do something to them, and it's a chance for you. If you end up winning at the end, you win a mug. And we will do the first of 5 giveaways. And what we'll do is giveaway 3 will be a t-shirt and giveaway 5 will be a t-shirt as well. As a kind for what Ballymoon's done and that money that's going to go to the Amy Winehouse Foundation. Exclamation point play. Don't miss out on this. Not Quack, Dundesh. The other one, play. Exclamation point play. Let's go. Good. D Camel's in the house as well. Love having D Camel here. JD. Here we go. I'm about to press start. Not race. McShiz. Exclamation point play. Exclamation point play in lowercase. Make sure you go in. Let's see. Phil the Bastard. Okay. Interesting name then, Netniv. What do you think?
I'd rather not.
Oh, okay. Well, Phil is a lovely guy. I refuse to call him that. Oh, more
exactly.
Any of those ducks. Yes, come on. Exclamation point play. Let's go again. Jason V. Dead will probably relive Quackers. Yes, Netniv.
I also took it to mean the other type of Phil, so
Oh, well, yeah, that's the other Phil. Okay, and Netniv, here we go. I'm pressing start, 10 seconds until we begin this battle. While I'm still waiting, Ballyboom, absolutely love you, buddy. What do you think of what Ballyboom did, Netniv? Honestly, wow.
No, lost for words. I think I think we'll just leave it there. Yeah.
It's one of the greatest 100 bomb drops of all time. What a wonderful person. Here we go. And we're racing down here. Murphy's taking an early lead, a chance to win a mug. He really wants a mug. Will he get a son of a mug? Or will he get...
The only thing I will say is,
yes,
just imagine if you had done it now.
No. The subscription's enough. I mean, we wouldn't be able to get through it. Yeah, which is
Yeah,
at
I
50.
just think every marble will be off the board before you even got after the start.
Well, no, because subscriptions don't do anything. It's the bits that do anything now. So it's 100 bits here by Simon
There you
Says.
go.
After Omega J's
that.
50, and after Virtual Fia and C Streams has got iced. Omega J just got boomed. Mad Hatter just exploded.
Simon's done
Christian's
100.
deflated. Everyone's been destroyed. My God, there's so many people. Crucito died a death beyond death. Crucito was
big
saying,
pack.
I love you, KJ. And he died. But Ostis is taking an early lead. Everything's like Flex X is right. Exclamation point leg day. He's thinking if he's got strong legs, he can go faster. No, you can lift heavier, but not go faster. There's an explosion there. Look at that ring there with Netniv. It could be an explosion of death. Contil just died.
It's vertical one, so you know they're gonna have to watch what they're doing at the end. Make sure they either got enough speed or they don't hit that ramp.
Exactly. Phil the Bastard. Yeah, poster check. I've got my poster going.
Oh,
and look
sorry,
at this.
I've got an important question coming in.
Yeah.
Has KJ died yet?
Well, no, because he hasn't joined, because we need KJ on here. But however, I'm going to also, thanks to KJ, give away a $50 banditprintden.com. One of, well, actually, it was gifted to me that I'm going to hand away to someone here as well. But this is for a mug. And, oh, look at this. Never Warrior's like, how do you play marbles? And he's already taking the lead. This is first time. Look, oh, you just fell to the hole. You need to avoid the hole, by the way. And Ram Scoop just showed him not to do that. Frizzy Tribble fell through. Frizzy Tribble is just tricked McShiz into falling. And he's gone to the lead. Frizzy Tribble. Oh, there's not enough pace here. Is there enough pace? Oh, Netniv, I'm not sure about the pace here. Mom Troy misses. Captain Chris Pike. Oh my God, Captain Chris Pike, you need to buy a lottery ticket, honestly. Captain Chris Pike has won yet another mug. Captain, you're going to end up with everything, Captain Chris Pike. Captain Chris Pike. $50 tech, yeah. $50 gift card will be in one of these. I will do them. So we'll do 6 races. One of them will be...
Nigel,
yeah.
I'd like to throw that up to make it the pity mug for KJ because he's not here. Do that.
He's gonna have so many pity mugs.
Yeah, KJ's gonna have multiple pity mugs. That's 2 pity mugs for KJ. Funny thing is, Netniv, guess how many finished?
Go on.
1.
Go on. 1. Just the 1.
Thanks for Simon
and it
Says.
Would be
yeah,
Captain Chris Pike.
Yeah, Captain Chris Pike. I mean, honestly, you need to buy a lottery ticket, Chris Pike. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simon Says through a few hundred bits.
Clearly, Red Ruby. I have died because none of us made it.
Exactly. Well, there's a point here. Exclamation point play. And let's do a prediction, Netniv. Exclamation point play into the chat. Okay. Here we go. We'll see how it goes here. Exclamation point play to join into the chat. Chance to win it. Yeah, chance to do it. This will be for a mug as well. The third race.
Timer.
Yeah, exactly. We're on the timer, so take your time. Don't worry. I'll give you time to put exclamation point play. Put your prediction in for channel points. You can go in there. This is awesome. Yes, this is awesome. I've had to minimize the alerts because they're still catching up, as you can probably imagine. It's just...
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's still going. It's still going. Like, it's still going. I'm blown away. Ballyboom is getting a gift off me, and I don't really care. If he doesn't accept it, I'll make him accept it. Wow. That's incredible. Exclamation point play. Do your predictions. We've got another 20 seconds left in the predictions before we get going, and we'll see how it goes here. Galileo Figueroa managed to make himself in. 50 biddies to restart marbles and to cause shenanigans. 100 biddies to go shenanigans to 10 players. Thank you very much, Amiga J. There you go. 50 biddies to cause a little bit of havoc, and 100 biddies to cause 10 players the biggest death of their life. Ostis has made it in. I was worried, Ostis. I really want you to come in. Come on, you bastard. Get first asking for a friend. Phil the bastard has just said it. You just make the list. Here we go. 10 seconds to go. Exclamation point play. If you can't make it, last chance here. And we're about to do this. You just made the list. Thank Ostis is in the house. Love you, Ostis. Ballyboom through 100 subs. Gifted subs. One of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. Wow. You know, you can still gift away. We're so close to hitting a goal. It's absolutely insane. Here we go. Wow. 600 bits by Simon Says to cause shenanigans beyond shenanigans. I don't know what he predicted, but it sounds like he predicted very little because people have been restarted. People have dead. Killer Angels died. Ruby, you didn't even last like 2 seconds, which is kind of weird. Lum, you didn't even last 1 second, which is even more funnier. In we go. Everyone died. Loads of people died. Mufasa's taking the lead. Mufasa, G3 legend. Mufasa trying to make it. Phil the bastard just died. Oh, Phil. What a bastard. It's a real shame. As we go ahead, Abs and Albatron, Peace and Assimilation, and Abs are trying to battle their way through. Abs is taking the lead. He is sometimes known as Steve. Just known as Steve. randomly because I couldn't say his name for ages. Abs is in the lead. Abs has gone past everybody. He's gone past the bomb. He's worked away around the corner. He's gone past Netniv's house. Cruzito's right behind him. Peace and Assimilation is right behind him. Oh, wow. And Abs, you hit the bomb. That, you need to avoid that bomb. And then, Abs goes. Seabreams has also died. Here we go. Cruzito is taking the lead. Cruzito, is he going to add to the pity mug city? Or is Cruzito going to, exchange it for something a little bit different? Cruzito's gone down. You can see him over there. Cruzito's working his way through. He's trying to find a way through this. Cruzito, look at Cruzito battling his way. Panda Pirate just takes the lead. Panda Pirate's gone past him. Panda Pirate and Cruzito are battling themselves through. Panda Pirate just fell through the hole. Panda Pirate, that's a wrong hole to win on. And Cruzito followed him with peace and assimilation. It's like, you've been assimilated and I'm winning. He's taking the lead. Peace and assimilation. But Yup Lobster has gone past them all, past the bomb of doom. He's right around the last corner, Netniv. He does have a bomb, though. Is he going to get past that bomb? Is he going to get past the bomb? He's on the final straight. Yup Lobster, peace and assimilation. Netniv, the winner is going to be... Oh, you jumped over it. Yes, you are cursed. Peace and assimilation, jumped over it.
You gotta be careful.
Oh my God. And the winner is... Oh my God, stop jumping over it. People are dying. Left, right, side. Even I jumped over it. No, go through the thing. Go through the hoop. The winner is... Thorsten. Thoron. Oh my God.
What?
Thorothinson. Thorothinson is the winner. Thorothinson and Candid Onion second. Virtual Army. How many finishers? What's the biggest prediction, Netniv? Because this is going to be one hell of... Wow, we have a hype train? Oh my God, we have a hype train.
Yes, we have a hype train starting.
It's at 2 subs. Oh my God. 2 subs and 550 bits to get us through that one. Wow. Thorough Thinston, find me, Xbridge Point Discord. Yeah, you did win, Lum. You won last time. Xbridge Point Discord, find me in there. 2 finishers, Netniv, who are the winners of that prediction. Don't tell me.
Oh, wow. There's only 7% voted for them and 2 people. And you know who the big winner of this is?
Oh, no.
Another fellow streamer, Rage Starved.
Rage Starved is, wow, he won lots of channel points. Ostis, thank you for the 5 gifted. Simon says, thank you for the 10 gifted. Wow, the generosity today is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. Let's go. This is for a t-shirt. Exhibition point play into the chat. If we finish this level 5, I'll add another t-shirt. It'll be like 3 t-shirts for the end and a massive $50 gift card from banditprintn.com. Xwitch Point Discord, Xwitch Point Play into the chat to join in. Icewolf Law, you're in as well. I did see your comment earlier. I didn't miss it, by the way, with regards to that. I just put that through. The Xwitch Point Play into the chat. Let's go. This is a t-shirt. You can choose any t-shirt in the store. There's loads of great t-shirts to choose from. Loads of great selections. Whether you're a Borg lover, whether you're a TOS, whether you're a VOTP lover, whether you want an STFC Briefings, there's a son of a t-shirt, which Netniv desperately wants to win. Ruby also wants it as well. Love you, Icewolf. Thank you very much for the content. Exclamation Point merch, if you wish to have a look at the collection. Malcolm, you made it in. Exclamation Point Play, let's go. Ostis, exclamation point play. Here we go. We're level 5 hype train. I've always left it on easy, so we're not far away. 5 subs away from doing that or a few bits. All right, here we go. I'm pressing start. Exclamation Point Play. This is for a t-shirt. Any single t-shirt in the store. 5 subs or 2.
I'm a bit confused.
Uh-oh. What?
Because I did the prediction completion, and it said Retro was the biggest winner.
What?
Yeah. But it only listed 2 people when I looked at it, so I'm a little confused by that.
Okay. Well, due to bugs that happened, Retro, you have won. Ballyboom! Oh, Ballyboom, I love you. Ballyboom, you don't quite understand what you've done. You've literally changed the world. Thank you so much,
Blue
buddy.
Mandalorian.
Blue Mando with 5 gifted. Blue Mando is desperate to win one of them. So many people have died. Attractive has been boosted. Lovely 100 bits from Simon says, thank you so much. 50 bits by Retro Fury, who now says, I've got your channel points and screw you all. And she's like, how did she cheat them? Blue Mando with another 5. We're now, so okay, the last 3 will be 3 t-shirts. So t-shirt number 1 of 3. Brightosh, you're in the lead. He's taking ahead. Evil XP's right behind. Brightosh, you just fell through the hole. Evil XP has won so many things from me, it's unreal. Evil XP, if you win again and you're not buying lottery tickets, I don't know what the hell is going on in your world. Wow, Blue Mando just throwing gifts left, right, and center. We're on level 6 hype train with only 7 subs to go to get it to finish the level 6. Evil XP, you can't win again, Kenny Netniv. Surely we need to go VAR, check a few bits. 100 bits by Draven, 100 bits by 50 bits by Virtual.
I mean, can we think of a stream where he hasn't managed to get in there during one of them?
Exactly. He needs to be banned. That's what's going to happen. No, that's a joke.
Aye,
And
exactly.
Evil XP just exploded. And in that explosion, it caused... No. Oh, no. No, NetNiv, no. It can't be him. That means I have to speak to him. No, it can't be him. And the winner... Oh, he missed. Oh, what a shame, Viper. I really wanted you to win that one. Zebulus can't win again. Oh, you Zebul. Zebul with a second win of his career. Zebul, you have won a t-shirt. FlexRex, you missed it. You could have gotten a really henchy gym t-shirt. Not the gum drop buttons. No, come on, alum. Zebul, you lovely, lovely man. Beachwell, he's one of yours. What a lovely guy. He honestly is so nice in the DMs. Absolutely adore you. Thank you so much, buddy. You have won a t-shirt, my friend. So find any t-shirt in the store, send me the link, and I'll send you a giveaway link in return. What a mad one. Ballyboom.
I was feeling generous just because I played the May content.
Oh yeah,
and then there's gonna be once it drops, there's gonna be a lot to talk about.
Oh yes, I know there's gonna be a lot to talk about. And Blue Mando, it's gonna be loads of fun. But Blue Mando, do you know what I love? Ballyboom gifted 100 subs to this channel in one go. It's one of the, I know. It's one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. I honestly want to thank the guy for the rest of my heart. Expedition Point Play. Zebul, find a t-shirt. You know the trick. Expedition Point Play for another t-shirt. So a t-shirt giveaway.
What a champ.
I know. Honestly, man, I love the guy. Honestly, that is the most generous thing anyone's ever done. I mean, honestly, I feel overwhelmed. It's absolutely incredible. It's even listening to Blue Mandalorian's voice, which makes me extremely, hard. This is a moment with that, so this is what happened. Remember, you must be following the channel. And by the way, Blue Mando, you missed that we're giving away a PC in 30 days' time. Thank for my cherry tree. They have officially sponsored us, and we will be giving away a PC here and a PC in another content creators channel, which I'll guide you to later on once we figure out the rules. So from Sunday, 30 days from then, because we'll announce it then and what the rules are. Thank you for following Fly78. You're absolutely lovely. Here we go. A chance the Expedition 1.8 to win a t-shirt. Second giveaway. T-shirt of the stream out of 3, and we're still on a level 6 hype train with 7 subs to go. 7 subs to get us to finish level 6, which would be really nice and really cool. Albertron, you managed to make it in very last minute. Here we go. The race has begun. 50 bits or more to cause some havoc. 100 bits cost 10 players some death beyond deaths or something. Retro Fury cheered 100 bits and she boosted herself twice. Thornston just died. Jim P.I. just died. Omega Prime just died. Evil Chronics just died. Lady Command, oh, you died. You're such a lovely person. I can't believe you died. Flossie just died. We watched her die with her giraffe flying everywhere. Annex Boy just died. Cruzito got swapped with Ruby. Ooh, did Ruby gain an advantage or lost? Fox, this just gone ahead. Remember, 50 bits more to cause havoc. Virtual Army with 50 bits. Draven with 100 bits to try and cause some havoc. Marco's out there. We're not far away. Martox is in the lead. 40 seconds left for level 6. 6 subs to get us to the next level. Fox, this is taking the lead. Fox, this is getting us there. Chuck Norris. There's that many S's, by the way, NetNiv, just to confirm. It was Chuck Norris has joined us and followed us here. Foxes is taking the lead, and he just got boomed. Foxes, you need to avoid the...
I would just have I would have a Swiss cheese tunnel just full of explosives.
Exactly.
Everyone's just bouncing around, and you might survive. You
exactly.
Might not.
10 seconds left, and all we need is 6 up. 10 seconds. 10 seconds left. Here we go. Thank you very much for the generosity. No need. It never always needed. But wow, what a way to do it. The Amy Winehouse Foundation is going to really, really be cheering. So thank you so much for doing that. Smelly Beard is in the lead. Smelly Beard's trying to get ahead. I'm working well with her. You can see the little battle happening towards the end. And look at that, NetNiv. It's a vertical ring. It's going to cause us the way to get through. Karasatach is in the lead. With that CBD2U is right behind her. Virtual Army. So CDB2U is definitely going for a Borg t-shirt. You know this. So is he going to do that? Oh, you just fell through the hole. Karasatach gained the lead. She's like, you lost. 50 bits there by Virtual Army to cause that. Level 6 hype train we finished with. Absolutely incredible with the generosity. Karasatach just hit the lead. Chris Pike is winning again, NetNiv. What is going on here?
No way.
It's Captain Chris Pike's taking the lead. Captain Chris Pike's taking well ahead. And the winner is Virtual Army. You've won a t-shirt, VA. Love you, VA. You're one of the nice ones. Absolutely love you, buddy. Virtual Army is the winner. Martok, you're second. You've already won one. Akram, Janice, you're third. You've already won one. Raider, you're fourth. And you're wonderful. Lum, see, you finished. Lum can't complain right now. I know. Lady Command's like, no! T-shirt number 2.
But just seeing one of them come in a car, just I wasn't expecting that.
Exactly. That's my one. I managed to. So you know, if you played loads of marbles, you have free tokens you can spend on stuff. So go into the app. So there you go. Virtual Army, you know me. ! Discord, you already know who I am. Find me on the right-hand side. DM me, buddy, for a t-shirt. I'll sort you out. Find anything in the store. Send me the link to it. I'll send you a link back for giveaway. Fill the information, and we'll do that. So, t-shirt giveaway number 3. Here we go. ! Discord. ! Discord. Play into the chat. Here we go. Let's keep it going. Wow, the generosity.
Nigel,
And
can you
then the
please
last.
shuffle the balls a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we can shuffle them well. And then I do have, I'm just double checking, I still have the banditprintden.com thing, which is absolutely awesome. Where is it? Oh yeah, I tapped it here. Point play into there. Niv, what a battle this has been. This has been one of the craziest streams been to. We've had loads of wonderful discussions. And it's just been...
Hello.
Oh, what's happened?
No, I'm so busy listening to you, I forgot to actually do Point play.
Oh my God, Point play. You want this t-shirt. Netniv surely deserves to win a t-shirt one day. So we'll see what happens. The t-shirt, if you won a t-shirt, Netniv, which one would it be?
Oof.
Point play.
Yeah, that's a good question. Can I get one that mirrors the one that Scopely's giving away? Because I quite like the look at that one.
Oh, what the Borg version, the Borg sphere version, maybe. Here we go, 10 second point. Yeah. Sammy, you made it. No ducks, not ducks. Ducks are to come. Lord Scarron's like, son of a... Yeah, you'd get a son of a t-shirt, surely. That Scopely shirt is nice. It is. We will hopefully do that. Here we go. Lady Patu is taking the lead. Patu is in the lead. Love you, Lady Patu. Taking the lead. 50 bits or more. Virtual Army throws 50 bits and absolutely caused shenanigans. Lady Patu, you died to death. Lady Patu died. Rizbreaker died. Tavimosa died. Foxus dies. Oh, Killer Angel, you died as well. Oh my God, there's more deaths. Would people stop dying so I can aim the camera at the person that hasn't died? It's chasing all the dead people. Oh my God. Albatron is taking the lead again. Come on, Steve-O. You can do this. Abs is in the lead. Fly 78. Phil the Bastard. Blue Mando, the bastard really wants to win, but he just keeps failing behind. He just goes, bastard, he just fell. Abs is taking the lead. Isaac's right behind him. This is quite interesting. Another vertical ring. As Draven with 100 bits.
You know how bastards are. They just go, bastard.
Yeah, bastard. Netniv's got ahead. Netniv's beating everybody. Oh my God, Netniv. No, Netniv, you need to go round the roundabout. Why are you going backwards? Netniv.
He's using a modded version.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, that is good. That was great. RX Infinity, one of our free-to-plays, Up71 Legends, is taking the lead, and he's getting past everybody. You can see him at the bottom of the screen as you watch everyone trying to get past this roundabout to get close to him. But look at this. It's Ormagone Lancelot, but look at this. Simon says taking a good lead. 100 bits here by Draven is still causing havoc. Amiga J just died. Jakers, great. Simon says, you that's the wrong hole. It's the other one you need to go through. Jakers Gray's gone past. He's gone past the corner of doom. Right round the roundabout into Mustachio roundabout. He is gone past the boom. He hasn't exploded yet. Mustachio is there. He's gone past Mustachio. Can he get past? Curly bracket effect. Don't hit the bomb. Oh, and Jakers hits it in there. And curly bracket effect. Curly bracket. The Ops 40's going to win. Curly bracket. You missed the hole. Don't miss the hole. Flex Rec. You missed the hole. 2 hench. They never missed. Yup, Lobster.
You're not supposed to use your knees.
Yeah, no. Yup, Lobster. You are the winner of a t-shirt. Whee! Lum says, whee! Over the top. Raystar just laughed his ass off. Skeletor. Karasataki, just so many people have died. Clone Angel. Yeah, Yup, Lobster, you have won. You have won a t-shirt, my friend. ! Discord into the chat. Someone can type it in for me. And find me on the right-hand side. Nigel, join our Discord and exec producer. And you have won a t-shirt. ! Discord. Thank you so much, people. Come on in and make sure you claim your prize. We got one more race, people. And this is for $50 banditprintden.com. gift card for $50. You can get quite a lot of stuff from on there. And let's help our fellow friend and wonderful enemy of the channel and the guy that loses all the time. I haven't pressed play yet. Not yet. Now, exclamation point play from Brightosh and below have made it in. Exclamation point play for a $50 banditprinten.com award. Wow, it's been absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. What a stream this has been. Blue Mandrio has made it in. He really wants those cuddly toys. He wants to cuddle it, hold it, touch it, do it. Do you have Floyd Davino Net Nivis band
to be
t-shirt?
honest, it might end up in my niece's hands.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a Floyd Davino Net Nivis band t-shirt? There will be a Net Niv t-shirt coming soon. Net Niv doesn't know about it, so it will be appearing. So he'll be one of the stars. We have a Mactaco mug. We have a Panda Pirate mug. We will have a Net Niv special. It will be debuting soon. And we'll see that. Thanks for a great stream. RXfinity, absolute lovely, buddy. Thank you so much. This is our final $50 banditprinten.com giveaway. So make sure you do DM me so I can sort this out because it's I have to send you the code and you've got to go to the website and do all that. Here we go. And here we go. I press start. Here we go. So 10 seconds to go. Exclamation point play into the chat to make it. Fly Marza. You must be following us. Remember, you want that PC. You want that Klingon PC, Blue Mando? Surely you can do with one like that. It looks beautiful. You are cursed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice to do, Toby. You've got to be joining all these. Abs is in the lead yet again. Abs, you're great at starting the lead. Simon's there, so 100 bits to cheer and cause some havoc. Wow. Max Elheimer did not land on the bottom. It's a great trick. He thought he could win it and fudge it, but you can do that. And do I see Jules Verne? Jules Verne, from South Townside Football Club's legend, has done really well and taken the lead. And Fuzzy Triple did not fall downstairs as he hopefully planned. 150 bits by VA and 100 bits by Draven. And Curly Bracket just died a death beyond deaths. However, this forces X-Force for being in the lead. A Fox is ahead. E11E, E11E, E11E is also right behind him. A Fox is like, look, I've got balls, great balls of fire. Jason V Speed has got himself a chance here. Jason V Boom instead. And what ended up happening. So Jason V Boom, and he fell down that massive hole and all that. There it happened. E11E, E11E, E11E is still in the lead, trying to get ahead of A-Force, X-Force. It's a $50 gift card. It's quite big, and that's something that Jason V Tiny has never heard because his wife went, oh, well, it's Jason V Small. Amazing. So E11E, 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 X-Force has got a chance here. Jason.
Whenever you're ready.
Exactly. Here we go. X-Force, you just got to fall through the hole. X-Force fall to the hole. X-Force the hole. X-Force 01, you have won a $50 banditprintden.com gift card courtesy of K Mother effing J. Thank you very much. And then you're not Jason V Lucky, you're Jason V Smart, and you have Jason V1. Congrats for their X-Force 01. Find me. Are you on? Yeah, Omega J, safe of course. X101, do you want the gift? Yes. Type yes in the chat. So I've got you. Once you've typed it in, that'd be amazing. X-Force 01. I'm out. Have a good one, super friends. See you all on other streams. Thank you very much, Jason V, for joining in. Absolutely fine. Find me, X-Point Discord. I will send it to you. Just DM me now. I will send you that gift card. And you can do that.
Before you go, I just wanted to have one plug-in. That's,
yes.
I was working together with Tarpitude, and I just recently put together a Google Slide setup that's a little more mobile-friendly display of some of my charts.
Yes.
So if you feel, I posted here in the chat here in the Twitch chat as well, just in case you're on your phone.
Yep.
And want to look up some of my crew charts, there might be a little more mobile-friendly access to find them.
Oh, wow. So. Fantastic. We have pinned that, NetNiv. Thank you very much for pinning that. Please put it on the Discord as well, Blue Mando. I will shout it out in one of my announcements as well, just to get people to be aware of it as well. Wow, that's lovely. Simon says, Nigel, as always, we appreciate the work everyone does to contribute here, but also represent the collective voice of the players. Absolutely love you all. What an absolute... wonderful stream that is. Make sure you find me X-Force because it's also well deserved. I won't play the rubbish ad that I did about Tiberius, but guys, I appreciate you all. I love you all. Live long, stay tuned. Until next time, stay with me because I want to raid big and I want to raid to a friend, and it really mean a lot. And I leave you with the video that I love you all with as always. Goodbye.
Space, the final frontier.
These are the continuing voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds.
Boldly going where no man, where no one has gone before.
Warp 1, engage!
They used to say if a man could fly, he'd have wings. But he did fly. He discovered he had to.
Tachyon interference, 100,000 kilometers to port.
Attacks incoming. So glad the podcast is live.